And a lot of them, especially down in the area I'm at, actually run generators and produce power. They take the gas.
The gas produces power. I love it. Really? That's that's fabulous.
Methane produces power?
Well, methane gas stuff decomposes, like when a cow farts, it's methane.
Yeah, I know.
There's not cows living there.
Nancy,
anyway, they can't harness the cow putzes,
Well, you could. Well, you could, but it'd be rough. I mean,
that's something that you have to start. That'd be something you could work on. Start from the rear and
early on. It takes you a while to capture the essence of that one, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting. That's a pretty sophisticated system. Then.
It sure is. Yeah.
It's very sophisticated.
I mean, you've been doing this for a long time. When did they start converting these landfills into that type of structure?
Well, when I started, a lot of the major companies that owned fills started to do processes like that when I first started back in the 80s. And then they passed a regulation called Subtitle D, which most of the landfills that weren't doing that had to close immediately because Subtitle D said that instead of just a few years after they close, you have to monitor them. They said a company that owns a landfill, like 30 or 40 years after it closes, I can't remember the exact time, they're responsible for monitoring it and maintaining it after it's closed.
Oh, my.
So all of a sudden, all these poorly run landfills said it's time to close now before this happens.
For how long? Yeah, right. For how long do they have to close? Forever until they retrofit it to be what's needed?
Well, I mean, when they say closed, I mean, they're not going to take any more trash.
Oh, so
they have to monitor them, right?
So then where do you go? I mean, where you got to find another trash hill?
That's called trying to get another site, and that's something that I did work on too. Is like landfill expansions. Everybody wants to get rid of their trash, but nobody wants that in their backyard. They don't. Right. They don't want the land, but they want to get rid of their trash and they want to do it cheap. So that's the most economical way to do it, and. So it costs, and that's becoming a crisis too. Now it costs just to get what they call a new place to dump in an existing fill. It costs millions and millions of dollars.
Oh, is that right? So cities might have to relocate where they're taking their trash if their dump doesn't comply or something.
Yeah, or if their facility closes, like we closed a place in Jerseyville, and of course the city of Jerseyville didn't like us. Very much. We closed mothballed a place in Jerseyville, and we ended up hauling all of that to a place about 20 miles away.
Oh, wow. Fascinating.
This is so interesting.
Fascinating.
We have more questions.
Trash talk with Norm. Well, you hear that happy music, Norm. That means our little segment is over. We got to go to the bottom of the hour break right now, but we appreciate you tuning in. You can stick around if you want to play with us the rest of the play date here. We're here till 4, and we're going to take a quick break right now. We're going to go to a commercial, maybe hear a little news, and we'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Cintas. Kane County Health Department is spearheading a vital initiative to boost awareness of the 988 Lifeline. With a startling 70% of residents unaware of the resource, they're addressing this gap by distributing free awareness materials like yard signs, window clings, and bumper stickers. They'll be available through April 25th. DuPage County and Sheriff James Mendrick have agreed to an $11 million settlement with the family of Renata Aguilar Hurtado's estate. The 50-year-old mother died in June of 2023 after spending 85 days in county jail, awaiting transfer to a state mental health facility. The latest Naperville police report for March 5th and 6th has been released, highlighting several arrests, including a 24-year-old Bolingbrook man facing charges of DUI and traffic violations, and an early morning arrest of a Plainfield man in Hillsdale accused of aggravated battery to a police officer. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today. And speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 51, with temperatures falling to around 43. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 32, with temperatures rising to around 35 overnight. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 57, with temperatures falling to around 55 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 46 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Welcome in, everybody. It is Talk Time with Tammy and Friends right here on Fox Valley Afternoons. We appreciate you tuning in and listening to us today on 1410 a.m. We are live in the studio. We've got Nancy jumping on live from Dallas, Texas. And
did great.
Nance, we can hear you. We got you. I can't see her. Is she gone?
There she is.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, your mic was open. Okay, we've got a News Nation clip because Mr. Matt has been looking in the bin again just to see what he could find. Let's see what he came up with.
All right, morning stock futures show only a tiny bounce after yesterday's big sell-off. The NASDAQ plummeted 4%, its worst day since 2022 when inflation was soaring. The Dow fell 900 points, and the S&P 500 lost 2.7%. Fears of a recession are growing on Wall Street. News Nation's Robert Sherman spoke with Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins.
There's obviously a lot of Americans right now who are hurting and are getting very nervous watching their retirement accounts fall and everything in the market. Can you promise them that in the long run, this pain those Americans are feeling today is worth it?
I believe in President Trump's vision. In the last White House, I ran multiple groups here in the West Wing. I'm now over at USDA. I saw firsthand his commitment, his passion for the everyday American, but especially those Americans with the least among us.
The White House has thrown cold water on concerns about recession.
They sure have cold water, but, you know, I mean, that's an interesting way to put it, cold water. But have they, you know, I read an interesting article that talked about when Trump was first elected, he talked about these tariffs that he wanted to put. Maybe it was his last election. I don't know. I got to look at that. It was in the Daily Herald today, I believe in the business section. And it was about the history of tariffs in this country and why he thought that tariffs were going to turn everything around. But this article was more like, even back, they called it the Gilded Age.
Yep.
And
I got it.
Yeah, even back then, people didn't want to live in the Gilded Age. They didn't want to be there, but he's trying to recreate the Gilded Age. So is that really something we should be going for? I don't know. You know, it's not like we got a choice. We're in. We're in and we're going, and it is what it is right now.
Right.
I'm along for the ride. I'm watching to see what happens. I mean, like everybody else, you have no control over how this happens.
Not everyone was rich in 1870s to 1913.
No.
So my ancestors, a lot of them, they had to really scrape by.
Yeah, that was the golden. That's what he's talking about. The Gilded Age was that what Trump was trying to emulate with the tariffs. I think is what this article was talking about. It was interesting, but do I think
tariffs long term? I mean, haven't historically been that successful. So. Long term, so I don't know.
Listen,
we'll see, won't we?
The common sense of it. Oh, they're charging us, we're charging them. That is like, really, we haven't been charging them all this time. Like they're charging us and we're not charging them. Like, why would we ever do that? Like, it didn't make any sense that we would ever step off that way and do it like that. But apparently, there's a bunch of them out there. So
we'll see.
What it's going to do is shake up everything, though, all at once. You know, not just us. It's going to shake up the other ones too. You know, so you know,
we'll see.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Yeah, it's not like you get a choice. It's not like you can do anything. You know, just are you going to give me a break on my taxes? Because that report was absolutely correct. If you've got all your life savings, because they've done away with pensions. So now your life savings is in that 401k or whatever your vehicle is, your IRA, whatever it is.
Right.
And now it's getting messed with a little bit here because Wall Street's going to shake it shook yesterday. It's shaking today. Where are we at today? Did it say it?
It was, this is for the...
Calm down today, or it's still bad?
The Dow fell 900 points.
Yesterday or today? Today.
That was today.
Today. All right. So it's continuing to fall. Yesterday was a horrible day for the stock markets, you know, and I mean,
Scott's not too happy because that's what he does.
So
that's what he does for retirement.
I know. Well, that's what Nance. That's what a lot of people do. That's what I'm kind of saying is like all these people who have all their money in some vehicle like that. Are they shaking right now because they're not sure what's going to happen? I would be if it was, you know, everything that I had in there. But do you believe it's it's you got to ride out the storm. You don't dump it. You ride on, like, you know, a long term.
If you can afford to ride out the storm, that's
a long term stock play, right? That you're gonna
if you have the money to ride it out. Some people don't have the money and they need it now. So you know, it's tough. We'll see. We'll see what happens, won't we? Time will tell.
Time will tell. That is correct, Nancy. That is correct. You know what else will tell?
What else will tell? Tammy?
Nancy will tell. Yes or no? Did you know? Are you?
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just happy to hear that some people haven't done quite as well on this yes or no as well.
Oh, you know? No. So I did it with the boys. I did it with the boys the other day. They were looking to kill a little time on the when a rain delay. And I did a little yes or no, and we did have some difficulty with these questions. Yeah.
I was playing, and not only was I playing, I was also playing the Jeopardy song.
Yeah, he was doing everything. He was playing the game. He was producing the sound on the back end of it. So it's a fun little game. I think it's a fun little game. It is fun.
No, I like it. Even when I get the 1-1s, it's pretty funny.
Well, but it's
not, the questions are not. They're some of them aren't common knowledge.
No. Well, the game's not called Common Knowledge, so that's the good news there.
No, I know.
Yeah, this one is just a yes or a no. That's what makes it so simple. But
it's not though.
No, because there's some wacky questions in there. I know it. Don't I love it? All right, this is my kind of game. I love it.
Fun.
All right, here's what we're going to do, boys and girls. We're going to take that last break of the program, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to put Nancy to the test. Let's see if she can beat Becky again. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll be back.
Come on, Becky.
Bring it, girlfriend.
All right. Bring it.
All right.
No, I won't. I don't want to say that.
You chicken. Come on. All right.
All right.
We'll see what happens. We will see. We'll be back after this. Don't go away.
Hi, my name is Cecilia Ivana Brooks. I'm running for Elgin City Council because I have a passion for people and politics. I care deeply for this city, and the city of Elgin is my home, and I want to see all of our people thrive, prosper, and grow for generations to come. I want to lay the groundwork for this city, championing business development and economic prosperity, improving community relations and empowering our youth, and maneuvering our mental health and substance abuse crisis, because the people of Elgin deserve to have a government that is run by the people, for the people. So join me, and please support by voting for me, Cecilia Ivana Brooks, on Tuesday, April 1st, for Elgin City Council. Thank you. God bless America, and may God bless the city of Elgin. Paid for by the Believers for Cecilia Brooks.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. Become a part of KCT, where your financial well-being is their top priority. Visit kctcu.org. Each account insured up to $250,000 by member's choice. This institution is not federally insured.
A loved one owns a gun, and for a while now, you've been concerned about their behavior. They're just not acting like themselves. They've been distant, they've been unpredictable, they've been lashing out. They've been saying things that make you worried they might harm themselves or friends or family. Or you're worried this loved one might hurt you. Maybe they recently threatened someone with their gun. You know something needs to be done, and you wish more than anything you could hit pause on this situation. Well, here in Illinois, you can, with a firearm restraining order. In extreme cases, this order temporarily prevents a person in crisis from having a firearm, giving them time to heal before they do something dangerous or even deadly. If you are worried about a loved one in crisis who has access to a firearm, learn more about firearm restraining orders at illinois.gov/pause to heal. A public service announcement brought to you by the Illinois Department of Public Health, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Don't come any closer, don't come any nearer. My vision
Welcome in, everybody. It is Talk Time with Tammy and friends right here on Fox Valley Afternoons. We welcome you back. It's 2:45 on a lovely Tuesday, crisp Tuesday out there, but beautiful. Don't let it fool you. It's good. It's not. The sun makes it much better to toddle around out there and keep going. So let's see. We've got. Some of these are good. Some of these are good. Where Nancy?
I don't know where she went.
Nancy, did she go away?
I think she went. See, this is what happens where it's the screen. It's all the. You see it on the screen here.
Oh, okay. So you get
it's
like the repeat.
Endless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's not there yet.
So is she? Oh wait, maybe I gotta. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. Let me just see. All right. So we've got our. Questions ready to go. We've got Nancy's trying to get in, I think, is what she said. You see,
Okay.
did she pop out again?
She's still in.
Oh, she is still in. Okay, well, all right then. I guess we can dance and sing. I don't know what to do. We got some questions coming her way, but she's not there. Maybe her phone's not working. I don't know. I'm not sure what the story is with Miss Nancy today. Let's go here.
Yeah, she's still in the participant room.
She's still there, but we don't see her.
Here we go. She's back.
Hey, sorry.
Yeah, girl. What the heck, man? All right.
I know. Sorry.
We've got some questions waiting for you. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. You can get these too. Hey, Nancy. Okay.
Well, don't tell.
This game is called Hey Nancy for right now. Hey Nancy.
Yeah, it is. Yes, Tammy.
Is a truffle a kind of cheese?
No.
We're waiting for
there's an ad.
No.
Oh, we got an ad. No. You saying no? You're saying no?
No.
Nope. It's kind of edible fungus. Or chocolate.
There's a fungus among us.
It is. Or chocolate. It could be either
or
one.
Chocolate,
I guess.
Or chocolate.
I guess. I don't
now
know.
there's truffle type cheese, but
is it a kind of cheese? No. But there's truffle. There might be truffle.
There's cheese with truffle.
That's it. That's what you mean. Yes.
Thing,
there's cheese with truffle, but
yeah. So I got that right. Where's my clapping?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Oh my
you're
goodness.
right. Where is my celebration? Is what I just
Where's
heard.
my celebration
Okay.
station?
Now, okay. Do you want the small crowd clap or the large one?
I would like a stadium clap, please.
Oh, there it is. There. Oh, some screaming and yelling. I guess it depends on how hard the question is, actually. Okay. Hey, Nancy.
True. I think you need to meter that.
I'm going to meter it. All right, young lady. If you roll 2 dice and you add up the outcomes, is the sum of those 2 dice most likely to be 7?
What?
Let me do it one more time. If you roll 2 dice and add up the outcomes, is the sum most likely to be 7? Well, no, that's that.
Yes.
No, it's
yes.
That is correct. The probability is 16.67%.
Okay.
There it is. So there you have it. All right, that's 2 for
2,
Nancy.
3 and 4.
Hey, Nancy, is
Tammy.
Munich located in southern Germany?
No.
She's wrong.
Oh no.
Oh no. She loves that sound. Yeah, it's.
I thought it was in Russia.
Okay, that's bad.
Well,
Okay, she doesn't get any clap for that one. No clapping on that one. Okay. Hey, Nancy, is Harlem one of the 5 boroughs of New York City?
You guys are frozen.
Are we frozen? You're moving. I see. Yeah, you kind of jumped, but you're back with us. Is Harlem? Oh no. Is Harlem one of the 5 boroughs of New York City?
Oh man.
Basically a yes or a no.
I know.
Oh, do you? Oh, do you?
Well, I don't know, but I mean,
time's up, baby.
Yes. Okay, yes, it is. Oh,
dang. Harlem is a neighborhood in the Manhattan borough. So, yeah, you got to know New York to know that one.
You know, I kind of wondered if Harlem was actually a whole, I thought maybe it was a neighborhood, but then whatever.
Well, that's okay. You're 2-2 now, young lady. All right. Are you ready for question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Does either the North Pole or the South Pole, I might have asked this, lie on solid ground? Did I ask this of you?
Yeah.
Oh, so let's go to the next one. Nancy, are there atoms in a vacuum? I know.
Vacuum of what?
I know.
You mean a vacuum in space?
Let me ask you one more time. I'll read it right from the card. Are there atoms in a vacuum? Take a stab.
Yes.
There are not atoms in a vacuum. And I got no explanation. I got nothing. Okay. I don't know why there's not atoms in a vacuum. I don't understand it. I just read the questions. There are no atoms. Okay.
We got a comment. Hi, everyone, says the Dutchman's Wood Shack, and Dennis joins in too.
Hey guys, we are we were frozen a little bit on that YouTube, so we didn't get a bunch of. I got it now though. We got it now. It was frozen for most of the show, but that's good. We got him back. Hey guys, how you doing? Dutchman and Dennis Sonar Green. Thank you for joining us today. Nothing is in a vacuum is what Sonar is saying.
I should have known.
So I don't even need an explanation. I got Sonar here to do that. Okay, let's see. Hey, Nancy, is the red, now listen carefully now, young lady.
Yes, Tammy.
Is the central red circle in the middle of a dartboard, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Is that called dead center?
Well, it's called a bullseye.
That's correct. It is it's called a bullseye. Yes, you got it. Yay! Took a minute, but we got there.
Okay.
All right. Hey,
my friend Kathy was telling me that I was stinking at this game.
Well, you were a little.
Kathy, I got one.
You were a little stinky. Now you're 3-3 though. So this is question number.
Yeah, that's not bad. This game's hard, by the way. People.
Okay. All right, Nancy. Does the word arigato, A-R-I-G-A-T-O, arigato, mean hello in Japanese?
Well, I don't know.
That's not an option. It's yes.
Oh my gosh.
Or it's no. Does the word arigato mean hello in Japanese?
No.
Correct. It means thank you. No, I know you didn't know. That was.
I totally didn't know that.
That was a total guess. But you got the crowd cheering, so you know.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
You got the stadium crowd on their feet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, Nancy.
Yes, Tammy.
Do penguins prefer to drink salt water?
I'm gonna say that's a no.
That's correct. Ding, ding, ding. Oh my.
Thank you. And I used my skills on that one.
How? Why?
Because they don't drink salt water. It's gonna disturb the balance.
Too salty, you think? That's your skills?
Yeah,
that's you using your skills? Is that what that was?
I used my logic skills on
I gotcha. Okay. I got a little explanation. It says they do take some in when eating their prey, but they have a gland that filters out the salt. Did you know that?
That's interesting.
Right? See,
I didn't know that.
We learn on Talk Time with Tammy. Let's see.
Weird, unimportant things.
Of course we do. Let's see. Well, yes. We don't want to learn anything of significance. We learn like crazy. Well, we learned about trash today. Did we not learn about trash?
And that was important.
Hey, Nancy.
Yes, Tammy.
Is the month of July named after Julius Caesar? Is the month of July named after Julius Caesar? What you got?
Yes.
It is correct. What else would it be named after?
I don't know.
Right? Okay. Hey, Nancy. Does Colonel Sanders wear a hat in the KFC logo? Does Colonel Sanders have a hat on in the KFC Kentucky Fried Chicken logo?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I don't think so.
You're saying no?
I'm saying no.
You're correct. Yay, Nancy. Wow, look at this.
I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up.
You are picking up the pace. Hey, Nancy.
Yes, Tammy.
Do frogs drink water? Do frogs drink water? Come on.
No.
Correct. They absorb water through an area of their skin, but
yes,
they do
thank
not
you,
drink
Matt.
it.
I deserve that.
Oh,
large.
now see, you got to build up the applause. You got to build up.
Yeah.
Hey, Nancy.
Yes, Tammy.
Is the Milky Way a galaxy?
Yes.
It is. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. That was quick. That was.
Yeah, I knew that one. Thank you.
Oh, I found a ding, ding, ding winner button. What's this?
Oh, I don't know, but wait to. Ooh, well,
Can we do that one?
That's a little more elevated than that one.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Hey, Nancy.
Oh, okay.
Do children dream more than adults? Do children dream more than adults?
Yes, because I think they spend more time in that.
It is. Mode. Yes. Yes, they do. Woo! Ding, ding, ding. Wow, she's cleaning up today.
I'm killing it, man.
Hey, Nancy.
Yes, Tammy.
Is the population of Brazil greater than the population of Russia? Is the population of Brazil greater than the population of Russia?
I'm going to say yes, it is.
It is. Brazil has around 213 million inhabitants, and Russia has around 144 million inhabitants.
Okay.
Wow, look at you.
So there, Becky.
No. Oh, we're not done. Nancy, are there rhinos that weigh more than the largest hippos? Are there rhinos that weigh more than the largest hippos?
I would think so, yeah.
No, that's not a I think so. That's a yes or a no.
Rhino. I would say yes, they do weigh more.
Yes, white rhinos weigh 5,000 pounds on average, while large male hippos can only reach about 4,400 pounds. So yes. Wow, you're guessing good today.
Yeah. You know what? I am guessing well.
Hey, Nancy.
Yes.
Are dogs fertile into advanced age? Are dogs fertile into advanced age?
What do you call an advanced age?
Well, that's for you to figure out.
No.
Pick one, though. We got to go, man. What you got?
No.
Yes, they are. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, no.
Can white hens lay brown eggs? Can white hens lay brown eggs?
Sure.
Yes, they can. You win a winner. Yay! All right. Okay, kids, we're out of time, but we will be back tomorrow. Tune in. Thanks for joining us. Make good decisions and have a great day.
Hey, Tammy, I just made an AI fact checker for the show. Do you want to try it out?
Sure. Talk Time with Tammy and Friends is the best show on WRMN.
Oh, Talk Time with Tammy and Friends is the best show on WRMN, huh? What a bold, subjective opinion masquerading as a fact. Sure, I bet you and all 12 of her fans feel that way. While I can confirm the show exists, yay for reality, its best status is completely debatable. And yes, congratulations, it does air Monday through Thursday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Let me know when Tammy wins an Emmy or something. Until then, this is a hard nope on objectivity. Grade 310. Fact, Talk Time with Tammy and Friends airs weekdays, Monday, Thursday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on WRMN. Try again when you want to talk about facts, not fangirling.
I'll work on it.
You better.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 4 o'clock.
This is WRMN News.
I'm Marky B reporting. The Algonquin Founders Day celebration has been put on hold this year as the committee plans to reimagine the festival for 2026. The festival, which started back in 2004, traditionally takes place during the last full weekend of July and features a downtown parade, beer garden, food trucks, live bands, and fireworks. The parade has been a celebration staple for the village for more than 60 years. While the festival is on hiatus, the committee plans to secure 501c3 nonprofit status, raise funds for educational scholarships, and reinvigorate the festival for an even more exciting, family-friendly experience when it returns next year. The festival outgrew its former location at Town Park, which at times would flood during the festival, and the event has been held in recent years at Spella Park. And that's not the only festival on hold. In McHenry, the local Rotary Club has announced it won't hold its Bands, Brews, and Barbecue event this year, citing rising costs and dwindling attendance and revenue. And elsewhere in the Chicago region, organizers of Itasca's 4th of July fireworks show have also called off this year's event. But meanwhile, in St. Charles, the First Street Plaza downtown may reach its full potential in June, as a classic St. Charles event could return for the first time in 5 years and with a new location. The St. Charles Business Alliance is seeking city approval to bring back Unwind Wednesday, a popular downtown concert series before the pandemic. The revived Unwind Wednesday would be held from 5:30 to 8 p.m. on June 11th in the First Street Plaza. The event will feature live music from 6 to 7:30 p.m. and implement a wristband system that allows downtown businesses to serve to-go drinks for guests to enjoy on the plaza. I'm Marky B, and this is the Talk of the Town.
Produced in Studio 14 by the River Media Network.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Linda Rock, sharing stories that were in Elgin newspapers on March 11th, 1925. Business prospects of the Elgin National Watch Company for 1925 are good, it was announced to stockholders at their annual meeting in Chicago today. Stockholders received the information that, unless unforeseen conditions arise, the business of the watch company during the current year will be satisfactory. There will be no changes in either plant capacity or company policies, stockholders were given to understand. Total earnings for the year, President DeForest Holbert announced, aggregated $3,394,525.11. Elgin Boy Scouts are becoming more active each day as spring advances. Overnight hikes to the log cabin at Camp Idlewood have been planned by several troops, it was announced today. A hike to Trout Park has been planned by Troop 3 and the Wolf Pack next Saturday. And about 20 Elgin Scouts will appear before the first and second class Court of Honor Friday evening. Elgin's premier bowling event, the 4th annual Courier Individual Bowling Classic, will be held Sunday, March 29th at Schneider's and the Kelly Hotel Alleys, according to an official announcement of the City Association League officers today. The Elgin Daily Courier will award the city's top pin king with a handsome silver loving cup, emblematic of the Elgin City Championship for 1925.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 51, with temperatures falling to around 43. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 32, with temperatures rising to around 35 overnight. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 57, with temperatures falling to around 55 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 46 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Does your car need a shine? At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they make it quick, easy, and spotless every time.
and they're open 24/7 for your convenience. Right now, get a free car wash just for joining their text club. Text BRITT to 30400 and enjoy a free car wash. Visit Britain's Touchless Car Wash at 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin or at 555 Willow in West Dundee. Britain's, caring for your car while caring for our community.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Good afternoon, and I am not Dennis Green. I am hosting the Apolitical Talk Show today with over here my good friend David Tees, and we're going to have a couple guests on today, but I'm going to be just kind of running the board. David Tees is going to be handling most of the interviews, but I want to make sure that we get everything done the right way. We're going to be taking phone calls through all of these conversations. And our first interview is going to be with Maggie Beyer, and we'll introduce her again in just a few short moments. But just as a matter for the people that don't know our call-in line, please call 847-931-1410. That's the call-in, be on the air. You could ask the different candidates some questions. I'm not going to set much of the stage because I want David to do all of that. So I'm going to switch over right now, turn on the microphones for everybody that's in the room over here. And we are now with David Tees. David, tell us what's going to go on for today, please.
Well, today we are going to have Maggie Beyer come on in a few seconds here. She's in the studios with us. She'll be here for a half hour, and then we're going to talk about the 0.75% sales tax increase and about the elections coming out, about getting out and voting. And I know mail-in ballots are showing up to people's houses right now, so we'll get in touch with that. Then at 5, after the commercial break, we will have Mark Smith, the commander, coming on to talk about his run for city council. And at 5:30, we will have our very own Miss Cecilia Brooks coming in and talk about her candidacy. So that should cover up our whole show today.
That sounds like you got a real nice lineup. It sounds really good, actually.
Yes, and if anybody out in the Fox Valley area, St. Charles, Geneva, Carpentersville, anybody running who wants to come onto the show, feel free to contact us here at WRMN Radio, and we will get you set up for next Tuesday. I think we have one candidate coming in next Tuesday already, so we want to try making this spread out for the whole entire elections out. So if you want to push your platform, feel free to call us. We'll get you on the air.
This is the place to do it, folks. WRMN. We've committed ourselves to be community broadcasters, and we are trying to bring as much information as we can to the Fox River Valley. This happens to be about the election that's coming up right here in Elgin. It's a nonpartisan election also, so it's kind of unique. It's, a lot of times it's the Democrats against the Republicans. Each one of these candidates have their own affiliation. They have their own bias. And it may come out, it may not come out. But this is the time for you. Call in, ask them questions. David's going to do a fine job of asking most of the hard questions that most people want to hear. At least we're counting on him to do that. So going any further than that, I want to thank you both for being here. Maggie, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, Dean.
Okay, and then we got David Tees. Take it away, my friend.
All right, Maggie. I've known you for a while, and we're friends, and you're running for city council of Elgin.
That's correct, I am.
Mm-hmm. Your first time running for a political spot like this?
For a political spot like this, it definitely is. It's been quite a learning experience, too. I'm usually very detailed and organized, and that's helped tremendously with this, but there's more to it than I thought.
Yes. When I ran for King County Board, it was a lot of work, and I could not wait for the day of the election. I just like counting the days, and I know you're probably feeling that way too.
Well, you're just so busy all the time. Sometimes I have 4 different events in one day, and you just want to go everywhere to let people know what you're thinking so they can understand if you're a good candidate or not.
So why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself? Where were you born and raised? Are you children, grandchildren, dogs, snakes, spiders? What do you got?
No snakes or spiders. I was born in Chicago at the American Hospital, which was by Wrigley Field. And you know you have a Sox shirt on, but I'm a Cubs fan.
That's fine.
So, anyway, and when I was younger, I went to Our Lady of Angels School, the one that burned down in Chicago, but I wasn't there at the fire. I was there for kindergarten, which was a room across from the actual church. But we did go down that night because a lot of our family was there still. And one of my cousins died in the fire, and one of my uncles got hurt. His arm was burnt when he tried to climb a ladder to get over the fence. But then we moved out to this area here, and I've been here since 1955. And at that time, my brother and I were ice skating because my mother couldn't afford a babysitter. But it turns out we had a real knack for that. And I became a professional ice skater with Ice Capades. So we traveled with them for about 6 years.
I've seen the video of you and your brother on the Ray Rayner show, right? Was that right?
It was the Bozo show. Was
the Bozo show. Okay, I thought it was
a
Ray Rayner.
Christmas special on WGN.
I saw the video. It was in black and white, everybody, and they were phenomenal. They were very good. I mean, I can ice skate. I'm really bad at it. I fall down a lot. So you got grandkids, children?
I have 10 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren, 3 sons and 3 Rottweilers. So I'm kind of involved. And this last Sunday, we had a tea party at the house for them because some of them are moving to Spain, and I wanted to say goodbye to them. So we had a very fantastic little tea party. But as far as what I am, I called Elgin my home for the last 30 years, and I'm a self-funded candidate. And people said, how can you be self-funded if you also have Citizens for Maggie? What happens is once you spend $5,000 of your own money, you have to form a committee. So I am also the committee. But that's why I'm self-funded and still a committee at the same time. That's how that works. And I decided I would only run for 1 term. And the reason for that is I don't want anybody to think that they can sway my decision and tell me what to do because they want me to be reelected or I want to be reelected. I want to just do what's right for the city of Elgin.
How long is a term for city councilman?
4 years.
4 years. That's good for 1 term, right? I think term limits is a good thing to have, right?
I think we should do that more often, to have term limits.
So, let me ask Maggie, you're doing the 1 term for that reason because you believe term limits are important and that's a way to
get it going?
That's
one of the reasons. But the other reason, too, is I think that if you think you're going to get reelected, you might change your decision on something compared to knowing you're not going to run for reelection, that you'll do what's still right for the city and not what would make you get reelected.
Okay, so you're doing well. Let's say you get elected, and you're doing well, and your 4 years are coming up, and you've got so many other things that you really either got your hands in or your vote on or whatever. You would just not go for a second term, huh?
That's definitely true.
So you're definitely going to commit to saying only 4 years.
Correct.
That's a hard decision to make.
Not for me, it wasn't.
Yeah, no, I understand, but I mean, a person that's going to be accomplished. I know you because we worked together on the America First Responders Fest. And as far as organization skills, I could vouch for that 100%. I think you, excellent organizer. Definitely keep things right where it has to be. Tough when you have to be, and you're very much a lady if anybody's seen you out. So, okay. I just curious about that. That really caught my ear because that would be a hard thing to hold. You just want 4 years and that's it.
I went 4 years and do my very best for the 4 years, and then let somebody else have a chance to.
Yeah, best of luck. I think you'll accomplish it.
Okay.
It's very noble, very wise, and it gives somebody else a chance that wants to try it because I think, like I said, every time somebody new comes into any political spot, they want to make a difference. But like you said, you don't want to get influenced and get intimidated. Well, we'll help you, you help us, type of thing there. So
and that's the same thing about being self-funded. I mean, people have offered me money, and they said, here, take a check. And I said, thank you very much, but I really don't want that. I don't want later on that you might come back and say, hey, or I gave you $1,000 or $500. Would you do this for me? I don't want that there. I want it to be clean cut.
Yeah.
On top of that, I do know you're involved into a lot of charity organizations. You help out around Elgin. Can you tell us what organizations you're involved in and what you do with those?
We have 30 minutes, right?
I know. But is it a long list?
Well, I belong currently to 12 different organizations here in Elgin.
Just give us a couple really quickly.
Okay, well, I'm president-elect for the Elgin Symphony League. And that has been a lot of fun. And to be honest with you, I really wasn't into that kind of music, but Larry was. And I decided we'd do this one together for him. But once I started listening to the music, I really got involved with it now. And I like that one. The other one is the Elgin Women's Club. And hopefully the Elgin Women's Club will be on the air again like they were before, because that club actually had 3 ladies years ago in the 1800s that started Sherman Hospital. And I was really impressed with that. So I decided I wanted to do that with them. I'm also part of CPAAA, which is the Chicago Police Academy Association here in Elgin. I'm the chairperson for Elgin Township Committee on Seniors, and I totally enjoy doing that because I really have a lot of good programs that we have with Marion Rowe and other people, and you're on the committee.
Yes, I work with you on that too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why we know each other. But we do a lot of good things for the citizens here in Elgin, the senior citizens. I'm the co-founder of Kane County Medical Managers. I started the organization years ago, and I was a president for 10 years. I had 80 different offices with numerous employees in those offices I took care of.
Mm-hmm.
I also managed the building at Century Oaks Medical and Dental Center of the 23 doctors and dentists there. I was also at the same time working for Drs. Ramesh Khanna, and I took care of our surgical and our cancer patients for 42 years.
You do have a long list. I mean, is it still going on? Okay, let me ask you a question. What made you want to run for city council? What is your vision? What's your dream? What do you want to see different happen in Elgin if you get elected?
My main thing was the homeless situation. I had tried for 2.5 years talking to the city of Elgin and Elgin Township about a program called Built for Zero Community Solutions. I never got anywhere. I gave paperwork to people and nothing happened. So I thought, well, maybe if I got on the city council, then I can make a difference because I could say, I am Maggie Byer, city council person. Listen to me, you know. So that's the reason I started doing this. But then what happened was Tent City had the fire, and it really escalated, which of course is a good thing that people were taking care of. But I'm still very much into that, and I want to see them because the people are wondering, what are we going to do after April? What's going to happen to the homeless people at Tent City there, now at Lexington? And there's plans for it. I mean, Built for Zero, they did this in Rockford. Rockford was the first city that had functional no homeless people, functionally zero, they call it, homeless people. The plan worked there. And it's also worked in 144 other cities in the United States. And to know one thing that really surprised me, Japan has no homeless people. So it is possible. We can do this, but we have to work on it. And I think the city of Elgin's doing a good job. They're working with the police department, the fire department, the social workers, mental health. You know, all these organizations have to get together and not take one ownership and say, I did this. We have to do it together to help the homeless people here in Elgin.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that 100%. Mm-hmm. On top of the homeless, what else do you think Elgin needs? Because I know I'm still waiting for a water slide park in Elgin. I will keep bringing that up. But what else do you see the vision of Elgin that you want to work hard with your new city council members when you get on the city council?
Well, there's a lot of things here in Elgin that people would like to have. Everyone says the same thing. We want to have Elgin to be like St. Charles or Dundee or Geneva, and we're not. And why? We have the same river. So I think there's things we can do with the river. I think we could have individual paddle boats that could be rented out. It would be a good business for somebody, and the people would go up and down the river. I think Elgin could be maybe the spot for bachelor parties and bachelorette parties, and maybe the Grand Victoria could have a nice hotel there and a beautiful restaurant. The other night, Larry and I went out for dinner, and I was between 2 meetings, and we didn't know where to go. And it was at nighttime, and where would I go eat in Elgin? We ended up at the Gale Boarding Cafe, which was a nice meal, but
yeah,
you know, we weren't thinking that. We were thinking of a nice sit-down restaurant, and we had no place. So I'd like to see that happen. I also would like to see a calisthenic park here in Elgin with a skateboard park. We have to get something for our youth to do too, and that could bring them to the situation. They can go work out there, and even older people can do that too. They can exercise and make them healthier. Right. That's something else I would like. And I do like your idea about the water park.
Oh, I already got a vision. We'll talk about that. I already got it. A hotel, restaurant, indoor, outdoor water park for both seasons. I even got the property picked out if somebody wants to buy it from, you know, big money hotels, you know.
No.
But like what you touched on one pace is stuff for the kids to do. Like I said, a long time ago, when Elgin was back in, Steve Thorne talked about this today. Elgin was a happening spot. You had traffic jams. You had to come through here. You had all the stores, like you said, open until 9. Now it's gone. And there's nothing, like you just said, there's nothing a lot
There's
for
not
the
a
kids to
draw,
do.
no.
You got the sports complex. They could play soccer, baseball. That's about it over there. They got a BMX park track there. I
that's
think
good.
they do have it there, but I don't know if the soccer fields took it over. So, but like you said, you're right. To get children out there and doing things, and
family events too.
Oh, yeah.
I had put on what's happening in Elgin. I asked people, what would you like to see different in Elgin? And one lady said she'd like to have a building where people could just play indoor tag as a family. Very simple thing. It wouldn't cost much money because you're not buying equipment. You're just running around, and you're playing tag. And it's a good family orientated type game.
yeah, we do stuff for families to get together and do stuff and go out because I know back in the day when the riverboat used to have professional fights there. Big Ted. Oh, yeah, they were televised on Fox. That's where I met Hector Macho Camacho Jr. there. And his son was fighting it there. But those were fun stuff to do. We had the drone shows. We had the hot air balloons. Those are stuff for families to do. Not the fights, but,
Well, I have to say that's one thing, too, about the park, the Festival Park. I normally would not come downtown Elgin at night by myself because I'm afraid to. I'll be honest about that. I was actually attacked in my car in Elgin one time in broad daylight. So maybe that's why I'm kind of leery about going downtown. But what has happened now with the police, when they have the festivals, they are really there all the time. And that made me feel safe. So I went down there for this festival that was at nighttime. And I think if we had more of that, too, then people might come downtown.
That sounds pretty good, actually. We're going to take a quick break, Maggie, if you don't mind. Everybody, this is WRMN 1410. If you'd like to call in, maybe ask Maggie a few questions. She is running for council person over here for the city of Elgin. Coming up, when's the election?
April 1st.
April 1st.
Yes,
And it's
April
not
1st.
a fool. It's a real deal. No April Fool's joke there. But 847-931-1410. When we come back, anybody has a question or two, we'll be happy to open up the lines here and ask away. This is your opportunity. We have several candidates that'll be here today and throughout the month. So this is the time to ask your question. So a political talk show. We'll be back in a few short moments.
Now available on Amazon.com.
Doing good.
BarnesandNoble.com is the book called DUI Jury Trial, which is the true story of a truck driver in Illinois who was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Not only was he facing a revocation of his driver's license, but also a lifetime disqualification of his CDL, which would prevent him from ever driving a semi-truck again. This book includes backstories of the truck driver, the lawyers that defended the case, and the DUI expert witness who analyzed the case and then testified at trial as to the proper protocol procedures of the field sobriety tests as well as the breathalyzer test. This nonfiction novel also includes the actual court transcript from the jury trial, a courtroom showdown in which the final verdict would determine the fate of the defendant's livelihood. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
If your restaurant's grease is causing problems, don't worry. Hopkins Grease Company is here to help. Since 1947, they've been providing reliable grease recycling, grease trap services, and more for restaurants across the Chicago suburbs. With a full fleet and expert staff, they offer quick professional service. And as a family-run business, they pride themselves on delivering personal service you can trust. Call Hopkins Grease today at 847-458-1010. That's 847-458-1010. Hopkins Grease, the Fox Valley Grease Boys.
Welcome to WRMN, your trusted voice in the Fox River Valley for over 75 years. We bring you fact-based news, good faith discussions, and entertainment that brings people together. From national headlines to local stories, WRMN is your home for thoughtful dialogue and community engagement. No matter the time of day, where you're listening from, or who you are always welcome here. Thanks for making us a part of your day. This is the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
This is the Chef of Love, Chef Jannard, TV host and restaurateur. My grandparents harvested their land to sell food and share this overflowing bounty with our community. Grandma said, for every yam we pick, we give one away. In the world they cultivated, I love preparing and eating dinner with my family on Sundays. When our resources changed, food assistance programs sustained us. They gave me fuel to start my first culinary business at 16 years old, and inspiration to donate the extra food in my community. Through my life, I've developed an appetite to work with others to ensure everyone has access to the nutritious food we need to thrive. Together we can help end hunger. Come on, join the movement with Feeding America by volunteering, donating, and advocating. Learn more at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
All right. So if anybody wants to call in, and this is your chance to ask Maggie Beyer, running for City Council, any questions you want about her platform, you could call 847-931-1410. And we only got so much time, and you got time to get the questions in here. So Maggie, it's like we talked about, getting on the City Council divisions for Elgin. Maybe you could tell the listeners a little bit. You know what City Council does when they have their meetings, and what do they talk about? What's their duties?
As a matter of fact, I'm quite surprised. They have their meeting at 6 o'clock. Then they have another meeting at 7 o'clock that usually goes to 9 o'clock. Then they have the executive meeting too, and they meet with the city manager once before each meeting, not that time, but maybe a couple of days before, and he explains to them what they're going to be talking about and about the bills, and he presents these forms and papers to them, so they have to digest that information. And that's one thing I'm fantastic at, because I can digest information very quickly, and I'm a quick thinker. I'm not a quick speaker, but I'm a quick thinker. And that's when some of the times with the forms, when they ask you to answer a question in 30 seconds, it's like, by the time I think about it, it's gone.
So why don't you
Let me tell you about one thing I really wanted to talk to you too about Elgin. I think Elgin really has to enforce the codes, the city codes, excuse me, the codes that are going on, because there's so many people that aren't doing what they should be doing with their properties. They have their garbage cans outside. They have cars parked in their yards. They have garbage in their yards. And when people drive through a city and they drive through Elgin, they go, oh, look at this. I don't want that to happen. I want our city to enforce our codes, so when people drive by, they think, this is a beautiful city, and I want to live here. Especially when you get off the tollway on 25 and the tollway on 31, you want those areas to look very nice. Mm-hmm. So I'm really for full enforcing code enforcement.
Yeah, I agree with you. Downtown, they do keep up clean.
Yes,
I see the city workers clean in here, and downtown is really good. You're right. People keep up an appearance. People will keep coming and driving in Elgin. There is, code is actually doing a really good job. A lot of houses to cover, so you can only do so much.
But the problem with that, too, is people themselves, excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. The problem with that is that people have to call in about the code enforcement, and nobody wants to do that on their neighbor.
Yeah, I see something, say something, the policy goes. So I know, why don't you tell us about your platform? What your, like you said, we talked about the vision, the future. Is there anything else you want to talk to the listeners about?
Yeah, the Downtown Neighborhood Association. I'm really pleased with them. They changed the zoning that they have, so it makes it easier for people to do business down here. So that was something very good that they did. We also, I hear music going again. This is like the forum.
Yeah, you know what I think we're going to do? Do you mind sticking around just a little bit, Maggie?
We got time.
Originally, we had the show for you where you're going to be on our first half hour. But you know what? Time goes so fast, and we can't control that. But we have to take this bottom of the hour hard break. And when we come back, we will be talking again with Maggie Beyer, who is running for the city council position, City of Elgin, and David Tees is going to be asking the questions. Don't forget, you still have a chance to call in, 847-931-1410, and we'll be back right after these messages.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Crudan. Brought to you by Cintas. Naperville's annual Arbor Day tree sale kicks off online starting at 8 a.m. on March 17th and will go through April 16th or until the stock runs out. The initiative offering 378 trees spanning 30 species with a price range of $45 to $150. The mayoral race in St. Charles is getting ready to heat up as incumbent Laura Vitek faces challenger and former Kane County Chief Judge Clint Hull. Vitek seeking a second term focusing on city growth and the potential removal of the Fox River Dam. Hull, meanwhile, has stated his priorities are hiring a new police chief and redeveloping the Charlestown Mall site. Naperville police responded to a burglary at a smoke shop last Thursday on West Ogden Avenue. Witnesses reported hearing the crash of broken glass and seeing two people fleeing dressed in black. The investigation led to the arrests of Elijah I. Castillo and Jason P. Crumbacker, both 20 years old, now facing charges of burglary and Class 2 felony. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Crudan.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Image 360 South Elgin is your ultimate destination for custom signs and visual communication solutions. Looking to rebrand your office interior? Need striking vehicle wraps or decals for your fleet? Or perhaps you're in the market for a standout trade show display? At Image 360 South Elgin, they've got you covered. As your full-service custom sign and graphics partner, they deliver bold solutions and exceptional support. From outdoor signage to eye-catching store signs, indoor graphics to comprehensive branding solutions, they have the experience to elevate your brand's presence. Trust Image 360 to create a long-term partnership that gives your brand 360 degrees of exposure. Visit them at 506 Sundown Road in South Elgin. Image 360 South Elgin. Bold solutions, exceptional support.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 51, with temperatures falling to around 43. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 32, with temperatures rising to around 35 overnight. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 57, with temperatures falling to around 55 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 45 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, we are back, WRMN 1410, a political talk show. Today's guests we have in the studio right here, Maggie Beyer, who is running for councilwoman, I guess it would be, councilperson over in the city of Elgin. And leading that conversation is our very own David Tees. David, continue with your conversation, sir.
Okay, where did we leave off? You were actually
left off with the code enforcement.
Yes.
And we just wanted people to know, too, that there's a code enforcement thing that you've done wrong, that you don't get fined for it right away. what you would get is a notice. They'll come out and talk to you,
Mhm.
and then it doesn't cost you any money, but they'll at least they'll educate you to tell you what needs to be done.
One of the things with code enforcement, as me being a plumber, and
Oh, yeah.
the landlords, they keep up on rentals.
Mm-hmm.
They inspect them every year, and they give violations. If they don't get any violations, they don't have an inspection for 2 years. But they are pretty good with the rental properties.
Uh-huh.
But it's
That's
hard
good.
to keep up with that. What else is one of your pet peeves with the city of Elgin that you would like to see different and change?
Gunfire shots.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to do.
Yes, I know, but it does bother me because it has gone up a lot lately. And you think to yourself, why? And I have to be honest, I went to some event that they were having for the historical house walk that I volunteered at. And as I'm driving there, I saw a young man on the street with a gun in his pant pocket, which you could see. And when if you have concealed carry, you can't show it. I don't
Mhm.
think he had concealed carry. And I thought to myself, what's he doing with a gun like that in broad daylight? You know, but again, this is something that I personally think it has nothing to do with the campaign, but that's how I felt
Right.
about that.
Yes, and would your suggestion be let's get some more police officers? Let's see if there's a budget for it. I mean, we need, yes,
You don't know
every
that,
city
yeah.
needs more police officers on the
Mhm.
street.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, I think also that, oh, I hate to get in these conversations. I think also that there has to be accountability when you do something wrong.
Yes, you're right, exactly like that. But that falls into the county.
That's right.
But
That's
police
what I
doing their
figured that,
job here,
yeah.
and let the courts deal with that. One of my pet peeves is I live on a side street, and I got a 4-way stop. Nobody stops. They just blow right through it, Dean. It's just like bam. You know, you're just like, wow, somebody's going to get hurt really bad, or a kid. Safety is probably one of your top. As you just said, safety is probably your top of your list here.
Hey, you know, folks, we do have a caller in.
All right.
Now. Or not, I shouldn't say a caller. We have a message coming in here, and it says, how has your experience in your volunteer work given you the courage to run?
Actually, I think just the person I am. I just have a lot of confidence in myself. I feel I'm creative. I feel like I can make a difference, and that's why I've done it. But working with all the different organizations, I work with Food for Greater Elgin as well, and that is a very humbling experience. And I know people won't like what I'm going to say, but the first time I went there, Larry and I were thinking about buying a vehicle for our dogs. And I know that sounds extreme, but we have 3 dogs. But once I went to work there and saw what people were doing and coming for food at the food bank, it made me think twice. I'm not spending money on something like that when people can't afford food. Yeah. So that bothered me a lot.
And I tell you, I was able to take a tour of the place. Andres took me through it along with Mike Warren. And the people that they reach and help, it is just totally amazing the amount of families that are helped by that organization. And they've been helping the city of Elgin with those, what do
We
you call
actually
those
bought a
meals?
cooler.
Hector Foods?
Yeah.
Spectre? I forget the name of them.
But we also bought a cooler, the Elgin Breakfast Rotary Club, which
Yeah.
I'm president-elect of.
We were part of.
bought part of the money for a cooler, and now there's a cooler at Lexington, so the food stays.
Isn't that great?
full. Yeah, I'm very
But they
proud of
make
that.
sure, and Greg Schiller is the one that heads up the distribution on the site of the Lexington. But just like you said, Mike Warren got involved, the Rotary Club. I'm proud to be a member of the
That's
Rotary
right,
as
you
well.
are, yeah.
And it was just a nice initiative. But I'm just speaking about what that, Food for Greater Elgin does. It's just an outstanding organization.
And I'm very proud to help them, too.
As you should, yes.
So
great place.
you actually go in there and deliver food to the
I
Lexington?
actually serve. I do the produce, and Larry says I
Oh,
come
okay.
home smelling like produce, and I actually feel like I've worked labor-wise,
The green
which
grocer.
I've never done. Yeah.
So the both of you have been inside. I haven't been inside.
Oh, David, you should really do it sometime. It makes you feel so good when you leave there and you've done that. You have a soft spot in your heart, and you think, I really helped these people.
You let me know when you want to go. I'll go there with you.
Yeah,
It's-
I mean,
what
I want to see how
what an organization.
want to see the reaction to the people. I would, because all of us don't know what's going on, and they're like me. I want to see, are they happy? Are they smiling? Are they
Well, you have to
humble with
remember
everything?
the Food for Greater Elgin is a choice food pantry, which is different. So people pick what they want. There's limits to things, but you can
Right.
pick what you want. And when it comes to the produce, we ask them, do you want oranges or apples or bananas? Do you want lettuce, carrots, things like that? And they make those decisions, which make them feel good too. It's not like you're just giving them a box of food, which they do that too.
So
for
yeah,
homebound
so
people.
Dean, what's the atmosphere? Are people happy?
Well, I
or-
tell you what, they treat, when I was there on 2 occasions. The first time I had just a little tour, the place was all closed up. I was very impressed with its cleanliness. And then I happened to see when the people were going through, they treat them with such dignity, just like what you're speaking. They allow them to choose. There's like Andre's candies in there, if you can imagine that. Those are not nickel dime candies. You know, those mints you get at a restaurant or something. There's like, what do you want to call them? Cereals, even the frosted flakes type. They've got all kinds of little snacks and treats, as well as, you know, your healthy factor meals. That was the name. So it's factor meals that they have there. And the factor meals are no shortchanged food item. It's got a balance of nutrition, you know, and the proper calories. So that's, you know, it's everything in there is really good for you. You know? Of course,
they also have milk, and they have eggs, and they have, well, I don't know about right now, but they normally do. They have meat, and people get to choose this. It's like going grocery shopping.
Exactly, and it's set up just that way. Sometimes they'll put limits if they don't have abundance of certain thing, but everybody is at least able to get one item of everything, and most of the time as much as they need. If you have a family, they'll do what they have to do to accommodate you.
I always ask that too, how many people are in your family? So.
Yeah, well, that's also too, like with Clint Hall, running for mayor of St. Charles, talked yesterday that they have homeless in St. Charles. So it's not just Elgin. Every municipality has homeless. Everybody, anybody's one step away from being homeless at any given time. An accident, a stroke, you can't work and you lose everything. It could happen to anybody at any given time.
But that's why we need more affordable housing too in Elgin. That's a problem. A lot of people don't want to be homeless, but they can't afford to have an apartment or a house. So we had more affordable housing that would help.
Do you have any ideas or visions as to how you would like to weigh in or come up with ideas how we could come up with a solution when it comes time for them to move out of the Lexington?
Are we talking about the people there?
Yeah.
Actually, that's why I was hoping Built for Zero Community Solutions would help them with and give them a solution of what to do with them. I think what's going to happen is they'll probably be there a little bit longer than what we thought.
That's what I'm kind of thinking too, because they still got to come up with a plan and idea, and hopefully we get everybody at City Council to come together. We are going to have some new candidates coming in and out of there. Not everybody's going to win. There's there's 8 city councilmen and women, sorry, and there's only four seats that could be voted on.
Correct. But we have a number of candidates running for that.
Do you have a message before you go here in the next 3 minutes to your voters?
I just want to say I really wish the very best of luck to all the candidates running. I know them all well. They're friends of mine, and I think they're all excellent people. I think I do an excellent job only because of my personality and my knowledge and the background, too. So I want to thank you very much. We'd love to see you come out and vote. Our early voting starts March 17th. Over at the Elgin Township, another location. And just in case you're not registered, don't worry about that. You can go and register the day you go to vote. You need 2 forms of identification with your address on there and your name, and you can register to vote that day.
Did you get your mail-in ballot yet?
I got my mail-in ballot. I already voted for who I was going to vote for, and I already mailed it back.
Who'd you vote for city council?
Yeah, me.
But I know that's a tough one. Who do I vote for? Yeah, I mean,
it's so nice to saw my name first on the list, Maggie Beyer.
Oh, you had your.
I've got my ballot already.
In first, so that's how you get number 1 on there, if I remember.
Well, it was a lottery.
Yeah.
Oh, this is lottery out here.
It was a lottery. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you have to be.
Well, Maggie, we glad to have you on the show
thank
today.
You very much. And
I think people have a little better picture of you. Those that don't know you and are fortunate enough to be acquainted with you, I think today was really well. David?
Yeah, I think it was great. And if you want to see Maggie, you have billboards. You are on 31, a big billboard of Maggie Byers. Wonderful.
By State Street Market. Yeah,
yes.
There's a big billboard, and there's another one on Walnut by the train station, another one. They're both illuminated at night. I thought that was a good idea. You know, there's a lot of signs that people can have up, but these are illuminated. And I took my picture next to the billboard and went, that's me.
That's nice. No, you know what? You're serious about what you're doing, which is what I like. You're serious about the 4 years, because I know if you're saying that 4 years, that's all you're going to do, I know that's all you're going to do. So I just want to say best of luck to you.
Well, thank you.
And we'll wait to see the outcome.
That's right.
And
I want to thank you very much for allowing me to come on the air this afternoon and being with you two guys.
We're glad to have you on.
Glad to have you on. Thank you so much, Maggie. Everybody, Maggie Beyer, City Council. So get out and vote. Vote for your candidates. Here's one of them. You get to see her on the billboards and in the studios today.
There you go. All right, we're going to be back after these short messages. You are listening to a political talk show, and we will see you in just a few short moments.
School of Rock. We've got something for everyone. We're located at 353 South Randall Road in Elgin, Illinois. For teens 12 to 18, our performance program prepares students for live shows at real rock venues. For ages 8 to 12, Rock 101 helps young musicians start their journey with private lessons and group rehearsals. Our rookies aged 6 to 7 explore instruments through fun games, while Little Wing, ages 4 to 5, introduces preschoolers to the basics of rock and roll music. And for adults 18 plus, we've got an exciting adult performance program for all skill levels, from beginners to experienced musicians. Visit the website at elgin.schoolofrock.com to sign up for a free trial. We start pre-enrollments in January, targeting a mid-February open. Unleash your inner rock star. Join us at School of Rock and let's make some noise.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Are you looking for a dentist near you? Choose the one with the 5-star Google rating, Bender Dental Care in Elgin. We earned that 5-star rating with our super friendly staff, reasonable rates, and outstanding patient care. Dr. Bender provides full-service family dentistry, including tooth-colored fillings and crowns, and no drill, no shot treatment for small cavities, perfect for kids. Choose Google's 5-star dentist close to home, Bender Dental Care in Elgin. We're here for you.
Get ready for Around the House every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. on WRMN AM 1410. If you're a homeowner or contractor looking to tackle those projects that feel a bit too big, this is the show for you. Join Eric along with his knowledgeable guests as they dive deep into everything from DIY renovations to creating a healthy home environment. We'll provide you with the tools and tips you need to complete your projects with confidence and ease. But it's not all work and no play. We believe in having fun. Our passion for home improvement shines through as we help you save time, money, and reduce the stress of DIY. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, don't miss Around the House. Tune in every Saturday night and let's tackle those home projects together.
Good afternoon. We're back to a political talk show. This is Dean DeLely here today with David Tees. David, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here with you today. It's fun.
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for leading that conversation with Maggie.
Thank you.
I think she's a great candidate, and I wish her the best of luck. And you had a couple other items we're going to talk about until the top of the hour. When at the top of the hour, I think we're going to have Mark Smith. Is that correct?
Yes, Mark Smith will be coming in next. But let's talk about a little bit Kane County Board 0.75% retail tax referendum. This is on your ballot. And I did see a mail-in ballot today, and it's on one side of the ballot opposite away from the candidates for city council, your local municipality. I know Elgin is this area, Kane County, where we're up in this area. So it was actually on the opposite side. So it's actually on there. This sales tax here, they had a county board meeting today. I don't know what the outcome of it yet is. I know Brian Anderson's going to be on here tomorrow at 9 a.m. He'll be talking about this and along what they were talking about with the Kane County board meeting. I know my Aunt Debbie was one of the people that got up and spoke. She got a lot of people applaud her and all that. She was nervous. It's her first time doing that. But this sales tax here is, in case people don't know about it, if you want to call in and talk about this, if you have questions, this is all about a 0.75% retail tax. This is a Kane County tax. So let everybody be clear. This is not going to the state. This is something that Kane County does not have. They've never done this before. So this is going to be a separate tax just for Kane County with stores, gasoline, food, restaurants, clothing, furniture. And there's a list. If you go and you want to look it up, you can know more about this item. But there's one thing you got to remember about this tax. They can, 6 months from now, have a board meeting, have a vote, and let's raise it another 0.75%. Or a year later, they can put any number they want on it. They can raise this. None of it goes to the state. It goes right to the county. And that's what not a good thing about this. But the thing I do like about this, we, the voters, get to vote out of this. And you have, your feelings. If you think it's good, then you vote for it. If you think it's wrong, you don't vote for it. But know about this sales tax before you do vote for it.
So let me ask you a question. And you're saying that if this does go through,
yes,
all right, then they could, at a later date, the board could then elevate the amount of the percentage?
Yes, they could do
They
that.
don't need the voters' input at that point?
Nope.
Okay. So that's why it's important not to have this pass at all, because it gives them the, I guess, opportunity or position that they were 2 points short. We want to increase it. They could do so.
Yes, they could use it to their advantage anytime.
So what is the difference between that and, let's just say, the restaurant taxes that a lot of communities have? They got like a 1% restaurant tax. What's the difference with that?
Well, they're adding on to it. Okay, so it's like you're going to have another 0.75%. So that's a very good question that you're asking. 'Cause I'm going to want to see. Like, I know in Elgin, you go to a restaurant here, they have an alcohol tax,
Right.
which is on your receipt. So you got sales tax, alcohol tax. So my good question is, you're right. Is this going to have a separate Kane County 0.75% sales tax out of there? Like I said, none of it goes to the states or local government. It goes strictly to Kane County.
Yeah, that's something I think you'd have to find out, because I just think it's interesting that once this is voted in, that they're able to escalate the percentage at any time that they want by way of board approval. You
Yes.
sure that's how that works?
Yeah, that's how it's going to
That
work.
just doesn't make sense. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it was
process doesn't
interpreted
make
to me,
sense.
and that's
Yeah.
the way it seems like, because they're a separate tax away from state, because state gets all the money and then they give it to the counties, with their percentages of sales tax and stuff like that. So this is I don't know. I think this is people they say it might not seem a lot, but it adds up, people, because we're going to get hit with another tax. We're going to see problems coming on with these tariffs. We're going to have a little bit of recession, possibly. We're seeing the stock market bounce up and down. But eventually, hopefully in the long run, prices start coming down, and we don't need sales taxes to keep going up. But we do need our food prices to come down, everything to start coming down.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have a balance on.
So if anybody wants to look at it, you could actually go on KaneCountySpeaks.com, and it has a lot of information about this.
And you know what? We have somebody calling in right now, so hold on for just a minute. Hello, you're on WRMN.
Hi, yeah. So what is the reason for this Kane County tax? You just mentioned the amount, but why are they asking for it, please?
Well,
hang up and listen.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your calling in. One of the things is what they're claiming that this is for safety. They want to hire more 911 operators to get more sheriffs out there. What they're trying to call it a public safety. That's why they want these taxes out of here.
Hold on, sir. If you have your radio on, if you could turn it down, we're getting feedback.
That's what the echo was.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so, but then again, do we know that money is going to go to safety? I mean, we don't know. They can actually, move the money to other areas where they need it. So they're claiming it's safety. They had Madam Chair on here last Thursday. She was out here last Thursday. So if you want to go to the YouTube feed, if she was on at 9:00, so you can find that. She does talk about what the money is for. Now, you could also go back and Zoom today's Kane County board meeting, which a lot of people were there. They had to put people in the downstairs area. There was an overflow, and people were speaking up about this sales tax. So those are ways you can find out more about it. But apparently this is what they're saying this tax is for. It's not for roads. It's not for that. They're saying it's for safety, to protect our children, which is not a bad idea to protect our children. We got to protect our children. There's a lot of bad stuff going on.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know enough about the tax.
Yep.
I'm not Kane County either, but I don't know enough about the tax. I would have to do some research. You got a nice flyer on it. I think I will dive into it a little bit more in case anybody does ask any questions.
If you go on to KaneCountySpeaks.com, this flyer is on there, and it will tell you a lot more what this is all about. You're seeing signs everywhere. I'm seeing them everywhere. Say no to the sales tax, and that's flying up everywhere. You can keep that one too. I got plenty of them.
Thank you.
So yeah, like we said, people, this is an election. This is a consolidated election. It may not be the big one with the president, but this is important to your community. If, like I said before, get out and vote, mail-in ballots. You can go to your polling places. Early voting starts on March 17th. Oh, we have another caller?
You have another phone call.
Okay. Let's take them.
Caller, WRMN, you're here live with us. Go ahead.
Hi. It was my understanding that that tax, that 0.75%, that food from grocery stores and prescriptions was going to be exempt from that.
I do know that prescriptions is going to be exempt out of there. That I do know. And right now I'm looking at the list here, and I believe you might be right about the food too, but you got to remember something. Starting January 2026, the state is getting rid of the 1% sales tax. But I'm already hearing from other municipalities and mayors that they're going to add a 1% sales tax, and that's going to go towards groceries. It's going to be the food. The 1% is the food tax, okay, for your groceries, not for restaurants. But a lot of these other municipalities, other mayors, are saying that's revenue that they're losing, so they're going to add it on starting January 1st, 2026. Nobody gains nothing.
Okay, but
yeah.
All right, but this extra tax that the county's promoting won't add on to that food tax.
That's what they're actually saying. But Mark, wait a second, I got processed foods. But like I said, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., Brian Anderson with Kane County Speaks will be out here, and he has a lot more information. He's a number guy. He's the guy that's following all this and all that stuff. But it does say gasoline, so they're putting points. Yeah, that's on there too. And they said medical, but it's not prescription. That I do know. It's not prescription. So we're going to take a break.
We're going to be at the top.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, we thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
We do have another caller on the line. If you want to hold on to the top of the hour, we'll pick you up right then and there.
I'm good.
I think I struck a nerve with the 0.75%.
And you're listening to Apolitical Talk Show, WRMN 1410 on the radio. You can also listen to us on YouTube. Those of you that are watching, we had some great guests, and we have Mark Smith, the commander, known as, from the American Legion in town here. So we'll be back in just a little bit.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 5 o'clock.
This is WRMN News.
I'm Marky B reporting. The Algonquin Founders Day celebration has been put on hold this year as the committee plans to reimagine the festival for 2026. The festival, which started back in 2004, traditionally takes place during the last full weekend of July and features a downtown parade, beer garden, food trucks, live bands, and fireworks. The parade has been a celebration staple for the village for more than 60 years. While the festival is on hiatus, the committee plans to secure 501c3 nonprofit status, raise funds for educational scholarships, and reinvigorate the festival for an even more exciting, family-friendly experience when it returns next year. The festival outgrew its former location at Town Park, which at times would flood during the festival, and the event has been held in recent years at Spella Park. And that's not the only festival on hold. In McHenry, the local Rotary Club has announced it won't hold its bands, brews, and barbecue event this year, citing rising costs and dwindling attendance and revenue. And elsewhere in the Chicago region, organizers of Itasca's 4th of July fireworks show have also called off this year's event. But meanwhile, in St. Charles, the First Street Plaza downtown may reach its full potential in June as a classic St. Charles event could return for the first time in 5 years and with a new location. The St. Charles Business Alliance is seeking city approval to bring back Unwind Wednesday, a popular downtown concert series before the pandemic. The revived Unwind Wednesday would be held from 5:30 to 8 p.m. on June 11th in the First Street Plaza. The event will feature live music from 6 to 7:30 p.m. and implement a wristband system that allows downtown businesses to serve to-go drinks for guests to enjoy on the plaza. I'm Marky B, and this is the Talk of the Town.
Produced in Studio 14 by the River Media Network.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Linda Rock, sharing stories that were in Elgin newspapers on March 11th, 1925. Business prospects of the Elgin National Watch Company for 1925 are good, it was announced to stockholders at their annual meeting in Chicago today. Stockholders received the information that, unless unforeseen conditions arise, the business of the watch company during the current year will be satisfactory. There will be no changes in either plant capacity or company policies, stockholders were given to understand. Total earnings for the year, President DeForest Holbert announced, aggregated $3,394,525.11. Elgin Boy Scouts are becoming more active each day as spring advances. Overnight hikes to the log cabin at Camp Idlewood have been planned by several troops, it was announced today. A hike to Trout Park has been planned by Troop 3 and the Wolf Pack next Saturday. And about 20 Elgin Scouts will appear before the first and second class Court of Honor Friday evening. Elgin's premier bowling event, the 4th annual Courier Individual Bowling Classic, will be held Sunday, March 29th at Schneider's and the Kelly Hotel Alleys, according to an official announcement of the City Association League officers today. The Elgin Daily Courier will award the city's top pin king with a handsome silver loving cup, emblematic of the Elgin City Championship for 1925.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 51, with temperatures falling to around 43. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 32, with temperatures rising to around 35 overnight. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 57, with temperatures falling to around 55 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 45 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley.
The Moose Lodge 799 in Elgin is a place to connect with family, friends, and your community. Moose Lodge 799 is conveniently located at 925 South McLean Boulevard, and they offer fun family activities, exciting community service projects, and live entertainment on the weekends. Moose Lodge 799 opens at 2 p.m. Tuesday through Friday and 11 a.m. on weekends. For more information about becoming a member, call 847-741-0799. Moose Lodge 799, where you're more than a member, you're family.
Hey, and welcome back to A Political Talk Show. Dean DeLaley here, filling in for Dennis Green. We're going to take two quick calls. I'm going to jump right to it. But I am here with David Tees, and we do have Mark Smith, who's in the studio with us as well. But I want to we have Brian Anderson that's calling on the one line, and I see we have another caller. So we're going to limit them to just a couple short minutes, and we will get on to the discussion with Mark Smith and David Tees. Go ahead, caller. Is this Mr. Anderson?
Hey, Dean. Good afternoon. Brian Anderson. Thanks for having David Tees on. I just happened to tune in, and I heard that I'm going to be on the show tomorrow at 9 a.m. I wanted to call in briefly, respond to the caller that called in to ask David, okay, I get it. Why did they even put this tax referendum right on the ballot? And so I just heard you loud and clear, Dean, just a couple minutes. So in a nutshell, for that caller or anybody else that's listening, in the 188-year history of Kane County in 2020, and, the fact of the matter is this, they elected the first Democrat chairman of the board, first time ever in Kane County history, and the general budget at the time was about $65, $66 million. And we operated within that frame for 100 and some years.
Okay.
4 years later, the current budget for 2025 is $138 million. So what they've been doing, Dean, is spending money wild. They've been claiming they're broke, and that if Kane County does not pass this, then we're going to be a modern-day Cabrini Greens, and that's just not the facts. That's not the case. For your caller that was curious, it'd be like you and I dipping into our 401k to pay for our mortgage. They had to dip into their county reserves about $29 million to balance the budget. The board has not been managing you and I don't think you live in Kane County, Dean. I thought I heard you say that.
No, that's correct.
So
I do not, right.
For the 513,000 citizens that live in Kane County, many people don't want this tax referendum. I'm going to read something very quickly, and then I'm off.
Sounds good.
They put out a 22-page PowerPoint presentation, and I'm on page 14, and it says, if the referendum does not pass, the Kane County Board will continue to fund public safety through the general fund, which is currently facing a deficit. Without additional revenue, the county, and here it is, Dean, here's what they said, the county may consider to cut public safety services or explore alternative increases. Well, as I shared with the board today, if I was the chairman of the board, leading the board, and we're broke and the sky is falling, I would have said, if it doesn't pass, we will be making cuts. So by their own language, I think it's a fear tactic. There's a lot of money out there to talk about. I'm not going to take any more time, but I just wanted to share with your listener that the main reason has been mismanagement of the finances for many years, and they had no choice but to put this on. And I can tell you, and David can talk about it more, is that Illinois is already one of the highest tax states in the nation, and we don't want any more taxes because they always say it's just pennies on the dollar, and that's what they say about this. It's only 75 cents for $100. Well, that adds up to $51 million a year, that if this goes through, it's always going to be $51 million a year. So that's all I got. Thanks so much for hosting, Dean.
No problem.
And,
Thank you,
David,
Mr. Anderson.
Keep up the great work.
Good.
You got it.
We'll look forward to hearing your comments on, is it tomorrow you're coming in 9 o'clock?
It's tomorrow at 9.
Okay, and you could lay it out a little bit better. And we do invite, we thank again Brian Anderson for calling in just now, but we do invite the other side. If anybody, this is not just a Republican Democratic thing, but I kind of, this one sort of is, right? But anybody on the other side, you are free to come onto our station, WRMN 1410. We encourage you to come on. We just had the chairwoman, Madam Corinne, is it Parag? Do I say it right? Parag? Okay, Parag. And she had given, a statement, and she had on this past Thursday. So we opened the stage for everybody. So I'm going to take this next call, and we want to get on to our interview with Mark Smith, who's been waiting here so patiently. So, caller, I'm going to give you about a minute and a half. I hope we could answer your question. So go ahead, caller. How can I help you?
Sorry, I called right before your break. I wanted to say you had Jamie Mosser on last week also.
She was as well. She followed the committee woman. That's correct.
Right, exactly. I listened to the both of them, and they basically said that this high cost of the public safety took a huge upturn when the state of Illinois passed the Safety Act. Now, Jamie had to go through and hire extra attorneys, extra, people to shuffle the paperwork because it's become a revolving door. Why can't these counties get together and try to repeal the Safety Act through the state instead of adding on another tax?
If it was that simple, I wish all of this politics could be that simple. I'm going to be honest with you. That's a question for Dennis Green or David Tees over here. David's in the room. You could speak to it if you want very quickly, but we do want to circle back. And you know what I would recommend you do? Call tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Mr. Anderson is going to be on, and I think that would be a better platform for you. And bring that up to him and see what he has to say on it.
It's a very good question.
Yeah, it's an awesome question.
Yeah.
I don't have the answer
I
for
will.
it.
And just to let you know, I'm going to vote no against it.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
You have that right. Absolutely, sir.
I'm tired of taxes.
We all are. Well, thank you for calling.
Thank you very much for your call, sir.
Thank you. Have a good evening, guys.
And call anytime. Thank you. Okay, that was another caller against the tax. And that, again, that's for you to choose, those of you living in Kane County. I know once a tax is put into place, it's very difficult to get a tax removed. I'm a little skeptical is the word. I don't believe that they could put that in there and then just raise it at any time like that. That doesn't. Yes. I'm going to ask questions about that. But let's move on. We have David Tees here. David Tees has his own guest in here, and this man I happen to know as well. And this is Mark Smith. How you doing today, Mark Smith?
Hi, Dino. How are you?
I couldn't be better. Thanks for coming in and joining us.
Thanks for having me, for sure.
We're glad to have you. And you're running for councilman as well, is that correct?
Yes, city council for City of Elgin, yes.
Excellent. David, this is your show. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Mark, a couple questions I always like to ask everybody. is what made you want to get into this? What made you want to become a city councilman and run for city council? Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I actually started this process in 2023. We were kind of talking at the break. So I had got on the ballot. I was intending to run, and I ended up backing out in 23. I had just taken over as commander of the American Legion here in Elgin. So I realized real quickly that I couldn't, give enough time to both roles. So being that I'd already been in the Legion, I just kind of said, well, I'll back out in this city council run. So I'm just completing 3 years as the commander of the American Legion. I'll give that up this year. And so I said, I want to go back at it. And I've been an Elgin resident since 2009. I'm originally from Bloomington Normal, Central Illinois. So, but came to Elgin in 2009, was a police officer here for a couple years, and, got to see quite a bit of Elgin, some of the good things of Elgin, some of the not so good things of Elgin. So just really, but fell in love with the city overall, and just really want to take the knowledge that I've gained of the city and the people, and just work to help make it better.
That's really great, because you are a police officer and you drive around. You get to see sometimes the best and sometimes the worst of what Elgin has. If you get elected on the city council and you're a city councilman, what would be one of the biggest topics you want to tackle in this city, or a couple of them? You got a couple of them? Let us know.
Yeah, so I think a lot of similar answers are going to be obviously dealing with the homeless crisis or situation, however you want to label it. Obviously, we had the fires at Tent City, and now we're in the temporary housing at the Lexington Motel. So I think looking at a long-term solution for that is key to any candidate or this next council. They're going to have find that answer, right? I don't know if anybody knows the exact answer, but it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of collaboration, a lot of logistics between not only public entities, but private and nonprofits to figure out what that answer is going to be. I know one thing that I like from where I grew up, we have a brick and mortar. It's been long-term sustainable. It's been there since I was a kid. It's a mission. It's called the Home Sweet Home Mission. I would like to see something like that here for Elgin as well. It does provide temporary housing, short-term housing, temporary, and but also incorporates co-located services, employment training, employment counseling, employment placement, as well as the medical benefits or medical resources needed for folks that are either ill or mental health services and those addiction services. Those are all in one co-located area.
Yes, and I'm here asking you questions, and I'm sure that the listeners want to know that I know it's on their mind, like other visions, like downtown Elgin, ideas that you want to watch the city grow. You want to see something unique, like we talked about downtown, out west. We've talked about stuff for kids, stuff for families to do. What would you like to see happen, either here or outside of town? What's your vision for the future of Elgin?
Right. Well, I think definitely for the downtown area, I think we need to, either increase the TIF and expand the TIF locations. I kind of highlighted the map at the church event we had. So expand that area and maybe increase those resources and that are available to entrepreneurs and potential new business owners. We really need to attract the new businesses, to the downtown, right? Because I think a number of different candidates has also talked about the amount of revenue that we hemorrhage and that goes away from Elgin to go to other areas to spend the money, right? And we want to keep that within Elgin. So that's going to be a key thing again for the next council as well. And I think just attracting those new businesses, trying to get more family fun. I know you want the water park. Yeah. My family, my wife and I have talked a number of times about opening a business. We like a roller rink, a skating rink type of idea.
That's
great. A great family event. You can also have adult skate nights and more fun adult type nights as well. And just as you go through the downtown area here, you see a number of different empty storefronts, and I think we really want to get that back to a place where we have vibrant business, a vibrant economy, and folks that really want to be down here spending their money, which is going to be a key to keeping Elgin, I guess relevant amongst our neighboring communities for the future.
Yes, and one of the hard things I think Elgin, being a city councilman, and what everybody being a city councilman in Elgin and the mayor is coming up with those ideas. Roller rink roller skating starting to come back.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it really
Right.
is. But we gotta we have a lot. We have what Elgin is 52% Hispanic. Okay, so do you feel that there are ways where we could get some type of events, some type of fun going on here that we could cater, or it's something in Elgin where we could cater to everybody? Because we got Asian, we got Hispanics, we got African American, Caucasian, and we got to try to bring something for everybody to do together. That's a hard task to do.
Oh, for sure. And I think, Nightmare on Chicago Street definitely highlights how that can be done, right, with the multiple stages that you have going. I think you just take that and expand it out a little bit, and that, you build something on the community. You have the multiple stages that have offerings for everyone, and then, kiosks out there that are, sorting or have an assortment of different types of foods, whether you want to call it international flavor or whatever you want to name it, something to get the community to come together. We have a great space down here just past Festival Park, in between Festival Park and the Grand Victoria, which has, in past years served as a concert venue and had people out there with chairs and all that stuff that kind of fell off, I think, around COVID. But definitely like to see some of that stuff come back, and that just seemed to draw the whole city in, no matter your background.
So you're basically looking at recognizing the diversity and bringing everybody together, which is your point. Is that right,
Yes.
David? Okay, I get it.
Yes.
And Mark, you're trying to figure some way, or you would try and implement some type of a way to get everybody, lack of a better word, play nice in the sandbox.
Sure.
I love
Absolutely.
that.
Yes.
We do have a question from the text line here. It says, how has your leadership in the American Legion helped you gain insight into the city and this community?
Well, I think when you look at the veteran population, again, you look at folks from numerous different backgrounds, numerous different upbringings, right? So we have white members, black members, Laotian members, Hispanic members. I mean, it's just a melting pot of folks that are veterans, right? I mean, and that's kind of one of the things they look at when you're in the military. You're like, hey, man, I never looked at the color of the person that was, beside me in the foxhole, right? I looked, they wore the same uniform as me. That's my brother. That's my sister. They had my back. So I think that's one of the key things there as well.
Excellent. And again, you're in law enforcement, so we're brothers in that. And caller also said, thank you for your service, both in the military and law enforcement.
Thank you.
So did you pension out after 20 years in Elgin?
I was only on Elgin for a couple years, so I pensioned out of the Army. I was a 22-year lifer, still wear the green socks, that kind of thing. But,
and you're employed where now?
And now I currently work for Homeland Security, and specifically under Homeland, I work for the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, in the airports, and I help manage the National Explosive Detection Canine Program, which is all the dogs that you will see in the airports and in and around the airports.
You're handling that.
Both TSA specific and our law enforcement partners with, CPD and Metra actually works TSA dogs. Anybody connected with the transportation environment.
And we have another question for you. Why does downtown Elgin struggle compared to neighboring towns when it comes to nightlife options, or does it?
Well, I think when I look at it, I think we struggle because we don't have that main thoroughfare through downtown, right? Like, so we look at St. Charles, got 64, right? It goes right through downtown. I mean, if 31 would go right through downtown Elgin, I think it would be a seriously different downtown, because you have that main flow of traffic going through there, right? Mm-hmm. To get to our downtown, you have to, get across the river, where, depending on where you're at. But
you have a purpose to make the turn.
Right. I think that is a serious difference, and then we just got to find ways to, make this a destination city and make them want to make that turn, as you just labeled it.
And I was thinking myself, I just said this, I don't know who the heck I said it to today. It may have been Elliot. We were talking. Even the downtown, like a 7-Eleven or, even a Walgreens or a CVS, and I know Walgreens is closing. They're struggling right now as it is. But some type of a remember the old drugstores
Right.
or little corner stores?
Woolworths.
Even a
Back in the
Woolworth.
day.
But some type of a store where you can get a little bit of this or that.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a big department store.
Right.
But incidentals.
And I think that's another, a thing that you could draw in with the TIF funds, or maybe the increased funds or resources or grants or whatever
This is
to help.
the sixth largest city in the state of Illinois.
Yes.
I mean, what's wrong with Elgin? I mean, Dave, you're addressing the diversity. That's a good thing. That works great in Oak Park. It works awesome in Evanston. I mean, some say.
Right.
And we have to all start getting along with everybody. I mean,
Right.
let's wake up.
Right.
We all have to get along. Elgin is a great community. I mean, it really is. And I'm not, raising. I mean, God, about 20 years. I almost opened a restaurant here 20 years ago.
Yep.
And that's when they were first starting to do a lot of the transition of the downtown area. But I think there's a lot that this town has to offer. But that's the thing. How do you revitalize that? You can't say you're not safe here. They've got enough police in this town.
Yeah, no, great police department. I think one of the topics we covered at the library, or at the church event was we did have a record number of shots fired. I think in 2024. So that's something I think that myself as with somebody with a nice law enforcement background, public safety background, I do also large events with DHS. But I think figuring out, again, if we had the answer to it, it'd already be solved, right? But just sitting down and trying to figure out, where is the answer? Is it more directed patrols? Is it more cameras? I mean, we already have a pretty healthy camera system throughout Elgin.
We got drones. We got drones flying around
drones.
here too.
We have a great drone team here on LGPD. Yes.
Well, but tapping back on when we talked about things for different people to do here, like Nightmare on Chicago Street did something about a year or two ago. They took a section of it, and they had a mariachi band. They had a Hispanic little section going on there. So they were bringing in and trying to get everybody together to enjoy an event, not just for one type of people, but for everybody. I know we got 3 minutes before commercial break here. I want to know if you want to tell the people what your layout, what your platform is, what you want to do when you become a city councilman and you get voted in this year.
Yeah, so my platform definitely, obviously, we talked about the homeless issue and really, economic development for not only the downtown but the entire city. I think we're seeing stores move out on Randall Road even now. Big Lots left recently. I think there's another one that was next there. I don't remember the name of it, but have left out there.
Oh yeah, Harbor Freight came in. Oh yeah, we lost. I forgot what the name of the store was over there. Yeah, Burlington Coat Factory.
Immaterial.
Yeah.
So but anyways, just focusing on a lot of the economic development, but that brings back in that revenue stream that we seem to be losing to our neighboring communities where folks are going other places to spend their money. So I think it's definitely going to be inherent upon this next council to figure out what it is. Is it expanding the TIF area? Is it increasing the resources that are available from the TIF to incentivize and draw in those businesses and developers and entrepreneurs that want to get them in here, build here, and have folks that are excited about getting to these new businesses.
Could that include working a little closer with the Downtown Neighborhood Association and the Elgin Chamber?
Oh, absolutely. I think
Chamber?
that would definitely be almost an implied hand in hand, right? Yep. So definitely would be working closely with those two organizations for sure, and helping.
Carol Gieske, if you can't work with her, you can't work. My experience,
right?
I've worked very well with her, and then Ms. Figala from Downtown Neighborhood Association.
Right. I just filled out my questionnaire for the Downtown Neighborhood Association.
Oh, good.
So those should be coming out soon. But yeah, just same. But yeah, working closely with those, whether it's a working group or a committee. I mean, Elgin has a lot of committees, right? I was a member of the Image Advisory Commission where we recognize.
And did you go through that police training recently?
I did. I'm a current member of the Civilian Review Board.
Review Board.
So
okay.
we're still kind of getting that wrapped up. I'm doing my ride along at the end of the month.
So really quickly, you got a Facebook page, web page, anything you want to tell? I mean, you got an email address?
How do people get to you and get more information?
I have my Facebook page. Yep, it's just Mark Smith for Elgin City Council.
Well, thank you, Mark, for coming in and talking with us. Sorry it was so short. We
all right, you got it. I appreciate the opportunity.
And you're welcome anytime. You want to come back onto the show. All right.
Thank you very much.
Listen to WRMN 1410.
Get out and vote.
And this is a political talk show. Hey, quick, would you go for more than 4 years, or are you going to stop at 4?
I'm undecided about that. Yeah, I know. And Maggie made it.
No, I know that's right.
yeah,
I'm just curious
yeah,
about
so,
that.
Yeah, I'm not.
That was a bold position.
Yeah,
to
it's a
take
good.
on
It's
her
a great
part.
stance. I think she term limited herself. It's probably an attractive thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell because I think some of those things you get to know the lay of the land in the first term. So yeah.
Thanks again, Mark, for
Thank
coming on. You're welcome anytime.
Appreciate
We've told you that. You're listening to a political talk show, and we'll be back. We'll have Cecilia Brooks on when we come back after these short messages.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Cruden, brought to you by Cintas. The mayoral race in St. Charles is getting ready to heat up as incumbent Laura Vitek faces challenger and former Kane County Chief Judge Clint Hull. Vitek seeking a second term, focusing on city growth and the potential removal of the Fox River Dam. Hull, meanwhile, has stated his priorities are hiring a new police chief and redeveloping the Charlestown Mall site. Naperville police responded to a burglary at a smoke shop last Thursday on West Ogden Avenue. Witnesses reported hearing the crash of broken glass and seeing two people fleeing dressed in black. The investigation led to the arrests of Elijah I. Castillo and Jason P. Crumbacher, both 20 years old, now facing charges of burglary and Class 2 felony. Naperville's annual Arbor Day tree sale kicks off online starting at 8 a.m. on March 17th and will go through April 16th or until the stock runs out. The initiative offering 378 trees spanning 30 species with a price range of $45 to $150. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Cruden.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
In this next Elgin City Council election, you'll have a choice to make, not just between political philosophies or even the candidates on the ballot. Your choice involves supporting someone who has always been there for Elgin, who has always been there for you as a longtime community volunteer and a lifelong resident. Elgin City Councilman Steve Thorne, running for re-election, is a name you know and a leader you can trust. His pledge is to maintain secure neighborhoods by continuing to support Elgin's police officers and firefighters. And Steve will work, like always, to protect your tax dollar. He's accessible and accountable. He's a friend, my friend, and your friend on the Elgin City Council. He's one of us for all of us. I'm asking that you vote to re-elect Steve Thorne to the Elgin City Council.
Paid for by Friends of Steve Thorne.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 32, with temperatures rising to around 35 overnight. Looking ahead to Wednesday, sunny with a high near 57, with temperatures falling to around 55 in the afternoon. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low around 33. Currently, it is 43 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
And we are back to a political talk show right here on WRMN 1410. Filling in for Dennis Sonar Green today. We have our good friend right here in the studio, David Tees. And put the camera on David over here. All right, everybody, David. We are dragging behind our next guest over here. It's supposed to be Cecilia Brooks. So maybe she's caught in traffic. We're not really sure. So we're going to get somebody to make a phone call. So I guess what we could do is entertain any phone calls. If anybody'd like to call in, please feel free to do so. Call in at 847-931-1410. We could take any calls. Maybe Dave could answer some more of those questions on that tax. And we could talk a little bit some more about that if you'd like to, David.
Yes, we can do that. Also, too, I'd like to talk about today. I am wearing my White Sox golf shirt that I like to wear on the golf course. You got the White Sox coming here.
That? We got the game coming up again this Friday, one of the preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who the Sox are playing, but we are an affiliate. WRMN is now an affiliate for the Chicago White Sox. Very proud about that accomplishment.
Yes, that's a good goal. And I'm a Sox fan. I'm not a Cubs hater, but I'm a Sox fan. I was glad the Cubs won the World Series. We got that monkey off that back there for a while, and the Sox won it in 2005, I believe. So I hope we have a good year this year. And a lot of listeners, and we can't express enough. If anybody wants to take an advantage of sponsoring their business on the air with the White Sox being on the air, this is a good opportunity because a lot of people like listening to baseball.
It is one of the best. And all you have to do is call sales at WRMN1410.com. You could also do it through info at WRMN1410.com. Either one of those will get you right to our sales department, myself, Dennis, and we'll be happy to assist you. You know, we've been getting more and more people wanting to advertise on the station with the change of our format, and we're really pleased with that. I mean, we're really proud because it's been an initiative to make the change and the transition to be community broadcasters. Mm-hmm. I mean, you hear us talk about it all the time, but that's really our position, and this is what we're, set out to do. And we want to make sure that we could communicate with everybody. You have the election season here. Mm-hmm. So what are we doing? We're getting everybody running for office. Our position, we don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. This Elgin election is a nonpartisan, but we don't care what position you are. Come on to our radio station. If you're a Democrat, you are welcome here as well. In the past, we were maybe slighted to one side, the station was, but that was before Dennis and myself got here. And we said, you know what? And it's a year now, March the 4th. We want to be a platform that anybody can feel comfortable and voice their opinion. So we do have a phone call. Let's take this call. How about it, Dave?
Okay, let's take a caller.
Here we go, caller. Go ahead. You're on WRMN.
Okay. Hi to both of you. It's Rita.
Oh, hi, Rita. How you doing today?
Okay, fine. Could you please, we can vote early. And if we can, what are the dates and how do we find out where to go?
Oh, that's a very good question, Rita. Really quickly did you apply for a mail-in ballot?
Not yet, but I don't know.
I don't think it's too late. You could go on the clerk's website and request one. But early voting starts March 17th, okay? And what town do you live in?
South Elgin.
Okay, great. So the best thing is that I do know early voting starts March 17th, and there is a schedule on the clerk's office. If you just go to the clerk's office and look at elections, there is an election schedule, but I actually just was reviewing it the other day. I do know for a fact that the Elgin Township building on McLean Boulevard will have early voting starting there, and there is a schedule. There will be Saturdays and Sundays on to the schedule. The hours are different. They're shorter on the weekends, and they vary different spots here. For I'm going to pull it up for you here, too. You can also go to the Elgin Library, and you can do it there. I do know for a fact that I think it's going to be 2 days on there. There is March, I think it's 18th and 19th. I'll still look this up here, but they'll have a polling bus that will pull up to Jewel and Osco. And if you want to shop and vote that day, it's a trailer. You go in there and you can vote right there too.
So she lives in South Elgin.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your polling place? Can she go to?
I think it would be Elgin Township. And the day of the election, there's a whole. I think there's some places in South Elgin. I think it's over at Public Works Building, which is what I'm actually still going to keep pulling up here. Here it is. It is a schedule. So like for Elgin.
South Elgin.
Yeah, South Elgin. But Gale Borden Library, and March 17th through the 21st will be like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I believe the same hours will be for the Elgin Township building. We have Carpentersville, Kane County Clerk's Office is actually doing it the same time. Elgin Township will be doing it the same time. It's like a big, huge schedule. But the day of the election, that is also too, is we got the city of Elgin, City Hall, Dexter Court, March 17th through the 21st, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I got Sugar Grove, Hampshire. There's a lot of locations out of here.
We'll have to follow up with you, Rita, and we'll get that information to you.
Like I did say, it is.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for calling.
Have a great day. Thanks for calling, Rita.
Here we go. Jewel and Osco on Rando Road. Well, that's Batavia. But here we go. We got Elgin. Elgin Community College is going to be a place, but I do know Jewel and Osco in Elgin, I think it's definitely the 18th and the 19th. They pull up over there. That's actually a good idea. People could shop, and my Uncle Gary did that. He shopped at Jewel, and, hey, I'm going to go in and vote while it's here. But
nice.
Yeah, but mail-in ballots, get out and vote, people, because like we said, we've been talking. This is a consolidated election. There's no Democrat. There's no Republican. It's about you doing your homework on your candidates, people that you know that are going to do a good job for your community. And this is what we're all about, making our communities better, safer, and thrive to become a better community. We have a lot of challenges ahead of us, and I know together we can work on them and conquer them if we all get together and work hard.
Well, communities working together, is really what everybody's looking for, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's the only way you'll end up getting, or you'll achieve anything that's going to be worth anything, is everybody working together. But it's important, we always say, exercise your voice. Everybody has a right to vote. That means each and every one of you that are listening. If you have any questions about anything at all, please call in 847-931-1410. We'll take your call, put you on the air. You can talk direct with Dave Tees over here, and he could answer just about any question you have. But it is so important to vote. People don't recognize and realize that, my vote's not going to count. This one vote doesn't count. You would be surprised how important 1, 2, 3, 4 little votes. Years ago, it had to be about the 80s. I ran for the fire protection district out in the western suburbs, and I lost by 4 votes. And I worked this election very, very hard. I couldn't work it any harder, but I lost by 4 votes. And then sometimes you'll hear, did you go vote? Nah, what am I going to go vote for? It's not important. And then it's like friends of yours that that didn't vote, and then you start counting. Right, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. You want to strangle them. But you know what? Your voice is important, and your voice counts. Every vote matters. If for no other reason, just get out and just feel good about yourself.
Yes.
It's your obligation, really. It's a duty. It's a duty to not only yourself, but to everybody else. Follow your conscience. Do what Dave is suggesting here. Listen to all the candidates. Listen to what they have to say. It's a hard decision. I happen to know a lot of these folks because I've worked with them at different festivals. You know them from around town. The American Legion, I've gone there several different times. A lot of the incumbents, they're good people. Yes. You've got a lot of good people running for the Elgin election to be, to just keep it to Elgin for this moment.
Every candidate running in Elgin and Elgin Township, Library Board,
all
ECC Board, they're all great people.
How do you pick?
People.
One of the questions at the Journey of Hope session that we had, Dennis had asked them, okay, if you were going to work with somebody whose platform and views kind of parallel yours, and Steve Thorne had the first question thrown at him. And it was a difficult question for him to answer. It's like, I'm going to make one person happy, but I'm going to make a whole lot of others upset with me. And, those sometimes are the tough, hard decisions you have to make when you enter into this political office. You know, political office, like we say here, this WRMN is not our station. This is your station. This is a station that we want to hear your views, your point of view, what you like, what you don't like. That's what we're all about. Running for political office, I believe, is the same thing. It's not that one voice. Their voice is counted because they serve on a, the dais as a trustee, but they're your voice, and they only represent you. So they're only as strong and as good as you behind them. So it's important that you let your public official, political official, call them whatever you want to call them, but you got to let them know what you're looking for, what it is that you want. Maggie was talking about code enforcement. She believes that that's the way to, clean the neighborhood up and not necessarily put fines on the people's backs, but she wants to find a way to educate the people and say, hey, you know what? You got to clean this up. You got to clean that up. The rest of us we want to make our neighborhood look good. And that's a way that she's saying she believes it would attract more people into Elgin. You know, Mark was saying the same thing about, economic growth downtown, what he would do. And he was also talking about the diversity, that he wants to find a way to bring all the different diverse groups together. Right,
Yes,
David?
it is. Yeah. And, one of the things about these candidates, the ones that are in office now, if they stay in or they leave, there's something that they should be proud of. There's something that they could go back and say, I did that. I made this ordinance pass. I did this for the community. Ken Bruderly is doing the all senior access pass. If you're 60 years and older, you could get, you sign up for this at the Township Building. You can get into any library in Elgin, the Trolley Museum in South Elgin, for free. And what you do is you just go and sign up. But if there's a special event, you really can't do that. But the big kick out of this whole senior access pass, you could go to ECC and get a free ticket to go see a musical. You could pick out the 4 or 5 events coming up here, comedians, orchestras, plays, rehearsals, and you get to go out. You get to go out and do something for free, because those are $20, $30, $40 tickets, Dean, and you get to get out, but you only have one ticket. Plus, they do a free lunch every Monday.
Correct.
And all of that stuff up, So it's like I said, these people that are in office, or these people that are going to be in office, one day they're going to say, I did that. I made that accomplishment. I made a difference in my community.
Hey, I got some good news for you folks. Our guest just arrived. I guess it turned out it was a little traffic situation. So we're going to be introducing to you in a few short moments. We're letting her get her headphones on and her mic all adjusted. She knows how to do this because typically she's on the show. I think on Fridays she sits along with David Tees, Dennis Sonar Green, and sometimes I'll have even another guest. But right now I'm going to let Dave Tees is going to introduce Cecilia Brooks. So go right ahead, Dave. The show's yours.
Hello, Cecilia. How you doing today?
Hi, Mr. Tees. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show. I know you're stuck in traffic, so we got a little short time, but you're out here all the time. Everybody knows who you are, okay? And we're going to get some questions really quickly so they know who you are, because they don't know, where you're from. You're born and raised in Elgin. We'll try to keep it short so we get some stuff into here. Born and raised in Elgin. How long you been here?
So I've been in Elgin for over a year at this point. I am actually from Schaumburg originally, so just down Schaumburg Road, and loving Elgin, and I've made it my home.
Great. Like I asked all the candidates here right now, what is one of your biggest pet peeves? What is the reason why you want to be on city council? Could you tell us what made you want to do this?
Yes, so I want to be a voice for the people. I'm seeing just at a local, statewide, and federal level, so many Americans, so many residents just really disheartened by their local government, statewide government, and federal. And I want to change that. I want to get out, get to know people. I want to give them hope. I want to actually be the action that they've all been wanting to see. And I want to really commit to caring for the people and giving them a voice that they may not have had beforehand.
Good answer. What do you see that you would like to see if you got on city council? What would be something that you would like to see change, something you'd like to really focus on and make a difference here at Elgin?
I'd really love to see how we maneuver our mental health crisis changed. I'm seeing I'm actually working with the homeless, volunteering with the homeless, which is what I just came from doing, and dropping food off at the Lexington Inn, and really just trying to listen to these residents. And I'm seeing that homelessness is a very widely spoken about issue, but what we're not discussing is the root of the problem. And a lot of these people need help deeper than just homelessness. They're struggling and facing mental health challenges and substance abuse issues or addiction, and that's a disease. And we really need to find community ways that are fiscally responsible yet also compassionate to create a real lasting impact for all of our residents.
Now, something Maggie Byer said earlier, which kind of like shocked us, right, Dean?
It sure was.
That she said she is going to only do one term, 4-year term. And she feels like she could do a lot in that whole entire 4-year term. Would you do that, or would you do a 2-term if you want?
Yeah. So I guess I would say too soon to tell. If I can get a lot done and actually make good on these promises, because that's the plan, make good on the promises that I have spoken to these people about, that I've actually talked and cared about them. So if I can get everything done that I promised that I would get done for them, absolutely one term. I'm a huge proponent of term limits, which I believe should be a bipartisan issue and should be more widely supported. But otherwise, I would do no more than 2 terms. The people of Elgin deserve somebody who really deeply cares for them, and someone that won't open the door for corruption in any form.
So time is running just a little short, and you said you're going to make good on your promises. What are your promises?
Yes, so giving the people of Elgin a voice, getting out into the community, improving those community relations, getting our residents actively engaged by getting them to city council meetings, inviting them, hosting events, really just communicating with them, maneuvering that mental health crisis in whichever form that looks, in a multifaceted issue, whether that looks at applying for grants or other different structures, creating homeless shelter, whatever can be done. Absolutely. And also keeping our taxes low. That is something I'm a huge champion of. Helping our small businesses here in downtown Elgin thrive, supporting our local businesses so they don't necessarily feel that the city is working against them or just indifferent, that we're working with them and for them so that we can have these families and businesses thrive, want to stay in Elgin and grow and have families for generations.
Maybe she knows the answer to this, Dean, because how old are you? I know you know that answer. How old are you? Tell the listeners.
I'm 24 years old.
And she's so young. She's so vibrant. Would you be this, if you got on the city council, would you be the youngest city council person in Elgin history? I don't know what the youngest age is. Do you know?
Actually, yes. So there has never been a city council person in the history of the city that has ever been 24 years old.
Oh, great.
I believe the youngest was 34.
But age is a number.
Age is just a number, right?
Yeah.
And my love for the people, I think
Yeah.
that speaks louder than everything else.
This is a fine example of young people getting involved in their communities and get involved in politics, because I know Kane County, they have kids come in and watch and sit with the county board members and get a feel of it. They usually do it around St. Patrick's Day, They sit with them for a while, and they're getting a taste of nobody wants to grow up and become a county board member or a city council person. They all want to be president, doctor, or lawyer. But this is a way that you're getting involved, and young people should get involved and maybe do some time and volunteer to come in to watch city council meetings.
Well, you're talking about communication, and I also know, at least I read on one of your flyers, that you're grassroots, right?
I am. That's how I operate on a day-to-day basis. Everything from running my campaign to even how I interact with people, even when I'm not running a campaign.
Because, again, I don't know if this is the right way to say it or form it or structure it, but you've had an interest, I know, with working with the homeless. You understand that the mental health is real serious, and they tie into each other. I mean, it's not a secret. We know about, yes, the addictions, very, very close to it, but the mental health crisis, to let them, I don't know, make a better life for themselves, is that it? Because we can't say for us what's normal is not normal for the next person, even your neighbor. What's normal for you is not normal for me. So we have to sort of steer clear of saying that, well, we have to give them a normal life. There's so many people that say that. Well, until you get to talk with them, and I've been doing a great deal of help thanks to a guy by the name of Greg Schiller. Jenna's been helping from the city of Elgin. Chief Anna Lally introduced me to a lot of it, all the different people. How about the officer, the liaison officer that works with them? Officer Gallagher, what a gentleman. And these are the kind of things that I think are going to make the difference. And it's like I'm running for office. I'm not. But, I mean, you spoke about communication. And I think that is key. Communication is number one. And the way you have, you were, I don't want to say dabbling in, wondering what was happening with the homelessness. But as soon as you found out there was a need, you went in with both feet, back to that grassroots. So I believe that that's important. And no matter who the candidate is, whether it's you or anybody else, I think that people have to communicate with each other. The good thing is, what I've seen with all the candidates that have come through, and Dave and I were talking about it before you arrived, this is a tough election, nonpartisan, which is great, but it's a tough election because you have a lot of good people. Your incumbents are wonderful people. I mean, you really can't throw no stones at anybody. You have a platform of what you would like to see done. The fact that you're younger, I think, speaks volumes. And I think it's a good platform. I think you have a nice one. Maggie's got an awesome plan. I've never heard anybody say, I'm going to do 4 years and that's it. And I'm telling you, I know she would do just 4 if elected. Mark Smith has some great ideas talking about the diversity. And here you are with the same message. You all seem to have a similar message, but it's the executing of these messages. What would you do immediately to execute on? Pick any item you want to pick on. What would be your execution strategy, if that's the word?
My first order of business, I definitely would say, is going to be actually going out with handwritten invitations or informational flyers, and actually inviting every single person that I can possibly invite to the first city council meeting that I would be a part of. That's my first order of business. And then when they do come, and also sending a friendly reminder, hey, this is coming up. I'd love to see you there. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for electing me. And I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to serving.
And letting them know that their voice counts.
Exactly. And then when they do come to the city council meeting, getting down out of the chambers and actually saying hi, shaking hands with people, and talking to them, asking them how they're doing, how their families, how their pets are doing.
Nice. The city council does have a certain structure, as you know. They've got time limits on, people to have their comments. And they have to, because you know how many people could tie up a meeting?
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be there till midnight. And voices count, and they will hear your voice. And they'll hear your voice, what's good about the city of Elgin. And if you should be so fortunate to be elected, and the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
But they do offer opportunity for people to always ask a question. And you're one of those candidates. You're telling me then that would be open to questions anytime?
Please, yes. And actually, what I've been doing is anytime I get a phone call or a text, I give everybody my contact information.
How would someone reach you right now? Say they want to say, you know what, we only got a snapshot of you. You've been on here a few times, so that's why we're able to rush through this a little bit, and we're trying to condense it. Someone wants to reach you right now. How do they do it? And you only got a few moments here.
Shoot me a text or give me a call at 815-893-9326. 815-893-9326, or email me at cecilia@believeinbrooks.com, or find me on Facebook and PM me, and I'd love to sit down and have lunch, coffee, whatever it may be, and chat with you.
Cecilia, thank you very much for being a guest here today. David, great job.
Thank you.
You always do a good job over
here.
Thank you. And I'd like to thank also Maggie Beyer for being on here. And we also had Mark Smith, and we had a couple different callers. Mr. Anderson called in, another caller. Thank you, everybody. That concludes today's show of a political talk show. Dennis Sonar Green will be here tomorrow, his regular scheduled time. I was blessed, I guess, to be able to be here. I never do these political shows. So thank you very much, and we will see you again.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get annuity do's and don'ts for baby boomers and the annuity rate report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 6 o'clock.
This is WRMN News.
I'm Marky B reporting. The Algonquin Founders Day celebration has been put on hold this year as the committee plans to reimagine the festival for 2026. The festival, which started back in 2004, traditionally takes place during the last full weekend of July and features a downtown parade, beer garden, food trucks, live bands, and fireworks. The parade has been a celebration staple for the village for more than 60 years. While the festival is on hiatus, the committee plans to secure 501c3 nonprofit status, raise funds for educational scholarships, and reinvigorate the festival for an even more exciting, family-friendly experience when it returns next year. The festival outgrew its former location at Town Park, which at times would flood during the festival, and the event has been held in recent years at Spella Park. And that's not the only festival on hold. In